wanna be around you. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round
I done walked in monster small, still tall against the giants. I ain't never been complaining, I promise I'm too defiant. I ain't never crossed my niggas, ain't never turned my back, but been unfaithful to my chick. Where's the integrity in that? My bank account been overdrafted, the struggle's upon us. That's the type of shit that lead niggas right back to the corner. I'm like a walking contradiction, said fam to the ops. They check the bag off the same thing that damaged my pops. I watched the churches spread lies and forcing blind allegiance. Been that piece of 2010 when I stopped worshiping Jesus. Still confined, left in the lurch, depression was lurking, my tactics changed. I swear that old ones just wasn't working. Man, you fuck niggas be tweaking like they really be on it. Like I won't give you the whole stick and see my P.O. in the morning. I ain't monogamous with hoes, I keep a bed full, flying off of 2 Zans and 2 cans of Red Bull.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting.
Y'all already know what it is.
From the hip so I can get this fucking
I keep it on me at all times. Ain't afraid to burn them. Run up on him in traffic and put a couple in the sternum. Certified. You other niggas happy with favors.
Every time I come in the kitchen,
it's a movement.
I'm in the kitchen bumping dope, man, with crack on the table. I can feel the vibes. Only hating niggas to knock it. Hit the block with a snub stuff deep in my front pocket. Off of no goals. You can tell them lame niggas quit fronting. I've been up for 2 days, thinking I'ma miss something. My phone doing stupid numbers. I'm in the right venue, fucking hoes counting cash, living off the dollar menu. My trip keep me live, the sauce keep me living, hustle keep me paid, allegations kept me in prison. I got it made, man. I've been in special ed. I want all my niggas home, from the state to the feds. I do it for the bottom, the morals and application. More than an adoration, it's all for the affirmation. What you thought,
It's
though?
a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round off.
That's the squad right there. That's the squad right there. Shout out to my brother Brad. Yes, sir. New music on the way, man. New music on the way too, man. We're working over here. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about today. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the stream out. It's about to be a great show. Okay? It's about to be a great show. Okay? We got a lot to talk about today. Y'all saw. CMA hearing. 4-hour hearing of the CMA being unprepared, lack of resources. Hiring a lawyer 3 days before. It's so much to digest in that hearing. A lot of things happen in the hearing. A lot of things we was told that Microsoft wouldn't be able to do and would, and how the CMA will react. All that shit went out the window because this is going way different than what they told us. Ratchet and Clank announced for PC. PlayStation community is in an uproar like it ain't never. We told them this years ago. We told them this. Now they feel like they're second-class citizens. Oh, even some racist comments out there over this. We're gonna talk about it. What's good? Shout out to the chat, man. I think I'm I'm gathering one of the baddest chats in the land. You know what I'm saying? I see constructive conversations going on in the chat. I see laughter. I see joke. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, people. So I'm finna do my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give y'all respect because there is no state of gaming without y'all. So I got to shout you all out. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go from there. I had a little time today. After the show, I got to get back to studying. I have a test tomorrow. Then I have a final exam on the 5th. And then after all that, them class shit is over, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to, like I told y'all the last show, we finna start inviting everybody on the show. We finna get all your favorite guests on the show. and it's going to be it's going to be a crazy summer. It really is. It's going to be a crazy summer. So let me go up and start shouting you all out, man. Shouting you all out, man. John TJ, what's good? Thank you for showing up and supporting. Definitely, man. I like that comment. Hit the like button if you here. We have Don Sicario. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We got John Wall, and I ain't talking about the basketball player. You feel me? We got Focus 20 SF. What's good? We got Teddy Payne for me. We got Barrios. I'm just gonna call you Barrios. I ain't finna keep trying to pronounce that damn name. You know what I'm saying? And then we got Pal. You feel me? Kirby. Kirby pulled up. What's good, Kirby? You know what I'm saying? Kirby is a cool dude, man. Very informative. Game developer, has a lot of knowledge in the game developer area and things like that. Was very instrumental in breaking down a lot of information prior to these systems launching. So shout out to Kirby, if that's the Kirby from Twitter that I know. Ozzy, what's up? MC, what's good? Master Sip 40, what the 2 ducats, 2 peas in a bucket. You feel me? Have a great show. Keep it Xbox sharp. We keep it nothing but Xbox over here. We can't have it no other way. You feel me? My brother, who else but who else? You know what I'm saying? You already know. Shout out to who else. You know, who else tricked me, man? Who else? Look, let me tell you something. Who else used to show up in the chat like an X-bot? I used to think who else was a bot, like a bot. Man, that boy pulled up on Z show, man. He got all his ponyisms out, man. He tricked me. He won't never trick me again, bro. But shout out to who else, man. Cool dude right there. You feel me? Spider-Man 356, what's up? Gray Falcon OW thought it was funny when the CMA argued that hypothetically, if they screwed up on their facts with their evidence, they should get a do-over to get more evidence. Yeah, and then wanted to, we're going to talk about that. And then, I ain't going to get into it now, but that's definitely a topic we're going to discuss. If you have any questions about the hearings and anything, please make sure y'all drop them in the chat. I will try to get to them as we move along in this show, man. We got 64 people watching already. I feel so proud.
Yeah. Hey, what's good, Post? What up, bro?
Oh, my brother Noah, you okay? Mello be pulling up in a second, man. I'm just doing the shout outs right now. We got a lot to talk about.
What up, Volcanic? Yes, sir. Let me get my disclaimer now, bro. You called me getting out of work, and getting off work, and I'm real busy right now. So
you getting off work?
You might hear it. Yeah. I'm gonna mute my mic, but you might hear background noise and stuff. If I dip out, I'm coming back though.
All right, go ahead and
let's go.
All right, let's go.
I bet.
Shout out to Christopher Hart. Post up what happened to Halo. Brother, look, don't try to detract. See, that's what you ponies do. You ponies are down bad right now. And so y'all going back to Halo Infinite. That topic has came and gone, Christopher. Y'all played that card too many times. It doesn't work anymore. Matter of fact, Halo Infinite is doing better than it's ever been. The gameplay is probably the best in the series. So,
Halo Infinite is doing better than Factions 2. How about that, Chris? How about that?
Say it again. It's doing better than what?
Doing better than Factions 2. One of your PlayStation ambassadors said, just release the game. I don't care about content. That's it. We just want to see the game running.
Halo Infinite made it out the door. Factions 2 made it on the shelf. That's a difference, Christopher. We're going to keep it going. Shout out to my brother, Other Zink. Yes, you made it, brother. Thank you for always showing up and supporting. Mozam Smeek was good, brother. Hey, Other Zink, did I know I did. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me double check. Let me double check here. I just want to.
Hey, what Halo with like season 7 now? It's still dropping content for Halo.
Still dropping content. Factions 2 might not even make it out the gate. Let me see
that shit hanging over the fire right now.
We got Boomin' Young. What's good, Boomin' Young? A new person, new name. I'm seeing
snap.
East West 113. Post, you piece of shit. Hope you all right. What's up with Chat-Town? All the carjacking. Stay safe. Hey, I'm out the way.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I go out and I come in, brother. I don't party. I don't kick it. Let me tell you.
Nah, bro, you didn't see. Hey, bro, I seen the video. They brought some dudes on the front porch, bro.
Huh?
Like they brought some dudes on their front porch, bro. What y'all got going on over there, bro?
Hey, man, everybody got something going on. Don't just put this on Chicago. Don't just put this on Chicago.
Certain parts of the city is still like that, bro. It ain't like that everywhere in the city.
Right.
But certain parts of the city is like that. You just got to make sure you got it on you when you move.
I mean, there's crime is everywhere, but Chicago.
No. We're not gonna do that. David,
we're not gonna do
that. Bro, y'all hit.
No. We're not gonna do that.
No. Y'all hit national news. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like
it's a reason for that. It's a reason.
Shout out David VGS. We're not even in the top 2, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're gonna stick to gaming because there's some crying going on in the community right now. They crying, y'all. Shout out to David.
Crying. They on suicide watch. Boy, this shit get real.
Web Day was good. Web Day, as I say, man, Web Day got some of the best one-on-one interviews with some of the best content creators in the industry right now, in the community itself. If you want to know about your favorite content creator, include myself. Go to Web Dave's YouTube channel, and you can see interviews and learn personally about how people started their content creation in terms of getting involved in the community, and then what they did outside of that prior to getting into the community. So very interesting interviews over there. And Web Dave is another person that we're going to get on the show after I get through with all this class stuff. So yeah, we working, man. We definitely working. We got Louise. What's good? Iron Mike, what's good? Let me see here. Who else we got here? HB was good, always showing up. Gorilla One, Chubby Big Toe. CBT. I see you, CBT. Chubby, I feel you, Chubby Big Toe. I feel you, brother. Game Down Sites, what's good? We got Gerald Mack. You feel me? And then we got Kraken Den Podcast. Shout out to my brother Phantom.
Man,
that go right now. That go right now. You know what I'm saying? We got Spider-Man 356. We got Wrinkle. Multani, I'm just gonna call you Wrinkle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you Wrinkle, man. Them anime, that sound like a anime name. Garcia was good. See, Garcia just kept it simple. Garcia, no, you know what I'm saying? You got One Trick Pony was good. We got Savage Manu 92. You feel me? We got Hoodie Season SRG. You know what he on? Kareem from the Bank, salute.
Sports raps and gaming. Okay.
Bank, salute. How you know my government? Hoodie Season, SRG Sports Rap and Gaming from the Bank. What bank I meet you at, player? Put my government in the chat. You feel me?
You meet people and gave them your government name?
I ain't gave nobody my government name. You feel me? I'm trying to figure out how you got my government name. I was at the bank this morning, though. You know, I had to take care of the business. I was at but I ain't talking to nobody at the bank. This boy pulled up. Hey, let me get it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's straight. Be sent him in the chat too. Donnie Skills was up. Dale 114 was good. Bad Juju, what's up? What's good? You got Aaron. You already know Aaron always pulling up. Aaron never misses a show, along with a couple other people in the chat. Neutral Gamer was good.
Ray them in the house.
You know what I'm saying? We got Ray and Blade with the $2. Hey, post up. Been watching False all day. Love Judge. Yeah, the judge wasn't having it. The judge was like, "No, we ain't trying to hear that." And we're gonna get into that because that hearing. I know somewhere I ain't gonna need to put nobody out there like that. I ain't telling nobody. I ain't no snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother.
I am Italian beef and Pepsi, nigga. Who is it? Yes, hit me in the back chat.
Long live the Black Mama factions getting canceled. What's up?
Big facts.
Okay, I think hold on. Iron Mike with the $2 factions was supposed to be out 2 years before Halo.
Years ago.
Facts.
Hey yo, we not even calling that The Last of Us anymore. We're calling that TBD. To be determined.
To be determined. ODG ready for retirement. Yeah, we know a few things. Factions is ready for retirement. You feel me?
Man.
Love of God. Yo, I missed the tweet, but I'm here. PK Thunder. Whoa, what's good? Jack Sleep King. Look, I gotta say this every time we open up a show. I want to thank for all the newcomers that I see in the chat, new names that I'm reading off for the very first time, man. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Jack Sleep King 2022. Well, 22. We got Pixel Bit G. Shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Warhammer 6.2 Esports and Gaming. What's good? Ain't seen you in a minute, but thanks for pulling up. Wilfred, what's up? Ain't seen you in a minute. Thanks for pulling up. What's good? Oh yeah. Y'all showing up. So let me hurry up. Oscar Wheat. Yo, what it do, my guys? We finna talk about it. We finna have a discussion and possibly an intervention for some of these people out here, because a lot of things ain't going the way they expected. You know what I'm saying? Darth Kermit, Microsoft may be winning, but the does a lot of stupid shit. They may block this again. Well, I don't think so. But we're gonna talk about that. Because the way this going, it might not get sent back to the CMA. I don't know. Phase 114, what's good, man? The only dream. Sometimes I dream. All right, that's everybody. For everybody that hasn't popped up in the chat or put a comment in the chat, we thank you for joining as well. And we
make sure you hit that like button.
Make sure y'all hit the like button. Please make sure y'all share it out. Hitting the like button just
let's go Miami gang. Let's go. Oh, my bad.
Ain't no NBA here. Hitting the like button just make the content. It helps with the algorithm of getting the content out to more viewership. So please hit the like button. We got 105 people watching already. We definitely finna talk about it. Cutthroat 21, what's up? JD's Corner, what's up? Suicide King, what's up? Sheba Army Brat, what's good? MK 28, what's good? Okay, so hold on. I gotta ask y'all, what do y'all want to? It's two things we could talk about mainly. All right. We have the CMA hearing. That's gonna be the longest. But we also have this the PlayStation community right now crying about Ratchet and Clank coming to PC after Insomniac told them that it was only possible on the PS5 with its SSD.
The SSD ain't SSD.
And it was only, you know, and they said that it was only doable on a SSD. And then you look at I don't know if the requirements will be to have an SSD. We don't know.
What the chat said. Hold on, we got one for Kill the Ponies. We're gonna roll with the chat.
Let's kill the ponies. Oh, let me see here.
Because I want to be petty, but I'm gonna let the chat say what y'all want to rock with first. Man. Make sure y'all hit that like button too.
Let's do this. We fit
matter.
Hey, Post, are you able to pull up the Steam page and see look at the requirements?
Yes, I think I could pull up Steam. I don't think the requirements are on there, is it?
I just subscribe. Appreciate the subscribe, Brody. No doubt. Okay, good. Copy and paste. Hold on, what y'all want to hit, man? Y'all want
before I go to Steam.
Y'all want the Ratchet and Clank?
Before I go to Steam, let me do this.
Because I want to be petty, nigga. I want to be petty.
What you want to be petty about?
Oh, man, you ain't see Queen Thumb's post on social media about the SSD?
No, what happened?
Oh, you might want to, I'm snitching, but you might want to go ahead and scroll over to that man China real quick. Hold on. Maybe I can put it in the back for you. They was getting it, boy. Hold on. This nigga here.
Look, I just want to say this. And I constantly bring this up, and it's a reason why I bring this up. And that's because years ago we had the argument. I had an argument with not only Jay Barry, with Kratos, with Porter Rock, with Moss, with Z, even with Black Baron at the time. And the consensus was that Sony was never going to put their games on PC, and that Microsoft would be going third party before Sony would. They even said it was likely that you might see an Xbox game on PlayStation before you see a PlayStation game on Xbox.
MLB the show.
And here we are in 2023, and Sony is pretty much has changed the whole landscape on how they do things. And the community is out there crying like you had. Let me bring this up. And I think
Post, you know what's crazy though, Post, is we showed them official documents. Yeah. And shout out to you. And even Z pulled it up. Like, we showed them official documents telling you what Sony was going to do. And they're doing it.
And
people acted surprised.
And they definitely acting surprised. And I think it's you become delusional. You base this, you look at Sony, right? And they come out with all these numbers. J Bar got me blocked. He might have blocked me again. He might have blocked me again, low key. Let me see. But I got the screenshot though. He might have blocked me again, but I definitely got the screenshot. Hold on, let me go here. And we talked about this, and I want to bring up some other stuff because there's been some racist stuff out here too regarding this whole thing as well. So let me share this, right? And this is Jay Barry. He has a PlayStation podcast, and I told him years ago that what he's crying at one. He said 1 or 2 years releases on PS5 games, which I think that's going to be cut down as Nix's helps PlayStation to cultivate their and streamline their development process to what Microsoft does. Microsoft creates one game across all platforms. So Xbox Series X, Series S, Xbox One, and PC. So I only have to create the game one time and then optimize across all the platforms. Sony isn't there yet, right? Sony isn't there yet. So I think Nix's is going to help them cultivate and streamline that process and over the next couple of years to get them to a point where when PlayStation creates a game, it's you create one IP across PlayStation and PC, which will cut down costs, right? Which cut down development costs because now you don't have to create a game for a PlayStation and then come back and then invest more money into having one of your other developers create the PC port. Microsoft already has that environment. Sony is trying to get there, but they isn't there yet. That's why you don't see no day and date on PC yet. Until they able to cultivate and streamline that environment where it's easier for them to create one title and transition to PC as quick as Microsoft does, then you'll start seeing that. But we talked about this, and Noah can attest to this. We talked about this 2 or 3 years ago. Back in 2018, we told them this was coming, and they laughed and they said Sony didn't have to do this. They make too much money. They sell too many first-party games. Okay, they sell. That's probably where I sent it. I sent it to my sister's house. Damn, I forgot. Okay, where they said Sony. I remember. I'll never forget Porter Rock telling me that Sony doesn't. Wait, I'm sorry. You gonna get it today? Kayla, go in the room. You see, I'm doing something, baby. Now, I will never forget Porter Rock telling me that why would Sony copy what Microsoft do, even in the terms of the new PlayStation Plus service they got to compete with Game Pass. Why would they do these things? Why would they put their games on PC? Spider-Man sold 30 million copies on PlayStation, right? I will never forget that. And here we are. Look at this. 1-2 years release on PS5 games. At the end of the day, the console gamers get the short end of the stick. $70 for PS5 games lead to bigger and more PS5 features that aren't even exclusive to PlayStation 5. Same features on PC plus more with a cheaper price. So PlayStation gamers are charged $70 on PlayStation but the PC counterparts, they've been charged a cheaper price, right? Pay for multiplayer, having to buy the game and pay for plus. So you got to buy the $70 plus game, and you got to pay for PlayStation Plus. PC just buy the game, right? Console gamers are being taken advantage of, to be honest. But with Microsoft first party game, right? You buy the game one time, or you subscribe to Game Pass, right? And you can access that game either on Xbox or PC.
Facts.
You feel me?
You know what's crazy?
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like a second class citizen.
I definitely don't. Fucking refugee camp over there, Sony.
But it's crazy that I don't understand how they didn't see the writing on the wall.
Bro,
we told them this was coming. We told them based on how the industry was shifting and where it was going, that Sony would have to shift with it. The only difference is that Microsoft was more vocal about the things they were going to do, even though they took backlash for it. Man. Even though they took all the negative media, the negativity in the community, the backlash from the community, the one thing Microsoft does, well, look, we ain't gonna sugarcoat it because it's gonna happen anyway. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna be transparent with you. Yeah, we ain't gonna have no first party games for the first 2 years of the console of the Series X. Yeah, we're putting our games on PC. Yeah, we're allowing you to buy the game one time and experience it across multiple. Yeah, we doing that. Yeah, we going to cloud. Yeah, we're doing subscriptions. Microsoft ain't sugar-coated shit, but you know who has? Sony. They misled their community, right, by downplaying, right? That in part comes of taking advantage of the negative media, right? The negative outcome of the discussions that was taking place. Sony did that. You know what I'm saying? Sony did that. Now these gamers who felt as though they was first priority when it comes to Sony are feeling like they're second class. And let me show you how disgusting this has gotten. Let me show you how disgusting this has gotten. And then I'm gonna let Mello and Noah chime in. Look at this. Look at this. And it's sad that we have to even come to this. Look at this. Look at here at the bottom. Let me move this off. Look at what somebody wrote. Sony is now handling us as black people in 1939 USA.
Oh, hell
we are now second-class gamers, and Sony don't care about us anymore. This is the PlayStation community.
What?
Just like black people had to sit at the back of the bus or had to buy in the bad grocery store, we PlayStation gamers will have to buy the worst-looking exclusives. What are we doing here?
I was cool with everything until the whole black people thing, but everything else is spot on. It's spot on. But yeah. Go ahead.
Bro, this is crazy.
You know what though, bro?
What's good? Go ahead.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy shit.
But it's ridiculous.
It's not even that serious, but that is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not, bro.
Brother.
At the end of the day, you know, outside of racist stuff, these dudes act like they can't enjoy a game because it's on another platform.
Yes.
Did you see the smile turn to frowns when Metal Gear Solid 3 got announced? And it said Xbox at the end.
Yeah.
This is the group of people we're dealing with.
But
the game is no longer fun because other people can play it.
Yeah.
So it don't surprise me that a few of these guys are racist.
You ain't never lied on that one.
Look, the writing was on the wall years ago. Don't cry now and y'all been laughing at us for years. Y'all been laughing at the Xbox community for years from us trying to tell y'all that it's coming, right? Y'all laugh. I thought it was coming. I thought this was gonna happen, and everything y'all and I ain't said this in a while. PlayStation community is one of the most neverest. I don't even know if that's a word, but we're gonna create a word today.
Sound good to me.
Nah, sound good to you, right? I'm going down.
They got neverism syndrome. You feel me?
Never.
Today, you heard it here first. Goddamn,
they have
neverism
syndrome, meaning they forever for the last 10 years they told us PlayStation will never put their games on PC. PlayStation will never compete with Game Pass because they don't have to, right? PlayStation will never create a Game Pass competitor. PlayStation will never support cloud because they've been there and done that and it failed. So why would they go back to it, right? And here we are.
And you know, that's the funniest part about this though, Paul, because you can see the separation with it, with the whole ordeal. When Microsoft came out and was being transparent, we acknowledged the transparency. We said, yo, they're being transparent on what direction they are going. Yeah. But even worse, we doubled down and was like, hey, we rather get cross progression with the PlayStation guys so we can compete against them. We was on the competitive side of just playing video games, while these guys are like, oh no, we want our titles and our games to ourselves. But apparently y'all not even supporting and buying these games because guess what? It's going to PC.
Let me tell you,
the end result was PC.
When Microsoft doubled down on their PC initiative years ago at that E3 conference, when you're saying being able to buy game on Xbox and play it on PC, when they doubled down on that PC initiative, some people in the Xbox community was against it. Some people didn't like it, right?
Oh, so he was saying, let's go ahead and go against the PC niggas, and I was like, let's do that.
Yeah, but that's cool though, because we dealt with that shit years ago. We've passed that. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time. If I'm playing Gears of War or whatever I'm playing on the Xbox, I'm not concerned with what somebody is doing on a PC. Because it doesn't affect me. Unless due to cross play and cross progression, the party that I'm in, somebody is on PC, a couple of us on Xbox, and we're all in the same game trying to complete a common goal together. That's the only time. And it's crazy because we've been told, Noah and Mello, remember how they used to say that if Sony put their games on PC, it will devalue the IP?
Yeah.
It will devalue the IP. But if you look at Barry tweet, because Barry was the one who made comments like that. If you look at his tweet, he's seeing the value in the devaluing is not coming from the PC, because they're getting the best version of the game. They're getting the cheaper price of the game. They're getting the better features, additional features that the PS5 you can't do, and they're getting free online, right? So the IP ain't devalued for going to the PC. The IP is devalued on the console of your choice. Because now you realize you pay more for less. Just like Naughty Dog did with The Last of Us 2. You're supposed to get a multiplayer for $70.
And snatched it away.
And they snatched it away. You still pay more for less.
And looked at me like I was done when I acknowledged that. I'm like, hold on, so you telling me I'm getting half of a fucking game and you want me to play full price?
Yeah.
and lied to the people and said, oh, you paying for the game full price, you're supporting and getting the multiplayer. And you see what the fuck happened to that. Man, ain't no motherfucking way, boy.
You know what? That's crazy though.
That was a red flag within itself.
You know what's crazy about that? Because we was told in the Xbox community that we don't buy games.
We don't buy games.
And that we should support the developers. Right? We should support the developers. We don't buy games.
Bro, panhandling over here. They panhandling just to get the multiplayer out, which ain't gonna never come out. That's like, really think about that. Y'all sat up there and paid $70 for a half-written ass game, banking that the multiplayer was gonna come later on down the line, like on some, we bought the game for free so you can get it. Yeah. And none of that shit happened.
None of it.
None of it.
All I'm saying is that don't don't be surprised. Please don't be surprised.
Temper your expectations.
Not even temper your expectations. Don't start crying now about the Sony that you see when we told y'all 3 years ago that this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You just now really seeing it take shape because Jim Ryan came in and expedited the whole transition.
Hold the lie in no more. He can't hold the lie in no more. I think honestly, this supposed to happen. I think this deal with Call of Duty fucked them over, and I think they knew that this was gonna happen already. Like this was already coming through the pipeline, but I think it was gonna be one of those ease-in type of situations where when the PS5 Pro would have been announced, that's when you would have started seeing these PC rollouts of games. But due to the fact that this whole ordeal didn't happen with Microsoft, then it exposed saying, hey, we ain't making no profit. Call of Duty is pretty much keeping the lights on over here.
What's the name? I'm tweaking.
It hurt them. It hurt them severely, in my opinion.
Shout out to Gerald Mack with the $5. That fan base is down bad right now. It's crazy. They self-restrain themselves and then complain about it. Just buy an Xbox and win the war. Shout out to Vic the Click with Vic the Click, brother. Let me tell you something. Just another name. I'm just gonna start calling you VC, my brother. I'm not finna yell down the street, hey Vic the Click. Hey, brother, nah, brother, we're not doing that. I'm gonna call you VC for now, brother. Just Vic, brother. What's up, Vic? That's all. You know what I'm saying? Where do I buy the SSD to run them games on my PC? A shout out to Karen's raising potato salad. What?
Yo. Raising potato salad. Okay.
Yo.
All right.
Yo, that's one of the.
You invited to the cookout. I see that. Make sure you bring in potato salad.
I'm sorry, y'all. Keep doing what you're doing, Post. Thank you so much. I do. He just threw me off topic reading that name.
You can't pronounce give out foods and posts. We're gonna go into a whole realm with this.
He just threw me off topic reading that name. But I just want to say this. And we're gonna move along because we're not gonna stay on this too long. Now you see what happened with Sean Layden and Jim Ryan. And the internal struggle that was going on and why Sean Layden just abruptly left. And you can kind of tell it was a difference in directions. You know what I'm saying? And Jim Ryan is coming in to make money.
Right.
And they have to make money because right now Sony is telling you that despite their games is selling the way they're selling and the money that bring in, it's not enough to sustain the AAA environment that they're in alone. It's not able to do it by itself alone. And so they need that residual income coming in. They need money coming in on a monthly basis, a large amount of money to help subsidize the cost of first party. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like that already made that move with Game Pass years ago? Microsoft, right? Microsoft, right? Okay, Game Pass, we're going to use that to subsidize the cost of first-party games, but it's also going to allow us to take more risk in terms of the games we develop. And if a game comes out and turns out like Redfall, it's cool. The impact is not as big as it would have been if we didn't have Game Pass, because we would have to eat those losses. But since Redfall came out in Game Pass and Game Pass is bringing in millions per month, we can eat the cost of that. That didn't really impact us. And so I think Sony is trying to do the same thing. And they told y'all last year or last gen that, you're going to be able to play PS5 games independent of a PS5. But I do want to move on. You got anything else to say, Mello? Because I know you wanted to really cook on this.
No, just more so because again, like you already said it. We told these guys about this. We had the foresight of it. But what make this situation different than what Sony is doing and what Microsoft did and Phil Spencer? They waited until the last of the generation of the Xbox One, which gave them that grace period. So it's like it never really had a real serious effect on the console. If you really think about it, the Xbox One was already in its transitional period of going over to the Series X. And then if you look at the traditional releases of games, we don't start seeing the real capability of those consoles within like the 2 to 3 year mark.
You see them towards the end. You always see what the hardware could do towards the end of the generation.
The end of the generation.
That's where developers then pretty much got their hands. Damn, I dropped my medicine. Developers then hold on.
Go ahead. But they got a hold of the device and they able to really trickle out and see what it's capable of doing. Yeah. And then you turned around, now we get the Series X and the S. That 1 and 2 year mark again is where developers are adjusting and figuring out what they can do with the devices. And then now we in the prime, it's finna be dominance going into the pro version of the games. Sony said, fuck all that. They going directly into the PS5 mid-generation, which means all of you motherfuckers was bamboozled into buying this goddamn console for $500. I honestly think they goddamn finesse that damn scalping system shit.
I don't think I'm getting look.
I don't think it was a genuine scalping situation going on. I think Sony finessed their way into that thing and made sure the sales were fluctuating. I'm going there. I'm going there because the shit ain't the math ain't mathing.
You saying oh no, we're not about to do this, bro. You saying Sony was the scalpers and so the
Sony was the goddamn scalpers. They had the White Houses, the PSVRs on the shelves. They said they're gonna put out these amount. Then all the hell the turmoil went out. They got built up all the hype and publicity behind the PS5 that people was out here giving out their left titty for a goddamn PS5, and then all of a sudden you getting hit with all these negative.
Hey, this brother crazy. This brother said Sony was the scalper.
I said Sony was the scalpers.
Oh man,
I'm doubling down.
Shout out to Rage Blade with the $5. Didn't them ponies tell us bots to buy PlayStation?
Right.
So go take your own advice and buy Xbox and enjoy it. Xbox goodness awaits you. It's okay. We welcome you. We're charitable. And with the CMA, we're gonna get into CMA in a little while. I just want to get all these other topics out of the way because I know that the CMA hearing is gonna take the longest. And then I'm also gonna be answering whatever questions y'all have in the chat about their hearing. I know a lot of people weren't able to see it. And then I know some people were able to say, I know, well, I ain't gonna even, I'm not a snitch. I ain't gonna even say, I keep having to catch myself. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to, today came out that Diablo 4 got an 89 in the Metacritic. Street Fighter 6 with the 92. Did you expect that?
Nah, I don't give a fuck about Metacritic scores.
Okay.
Hey, I gotta play it myself, and I get my own score. But go ahead.
It's amazing to me that Street Fighter 6, the turnaround that Capcom was at one point was waving a hand saying, "Somebody come buy us." Yeah. Wasn't too long ago they was waving the white flag saying, "Somebody come purchase us." Nobody stepped up. Look, is this one of the greatest turnarounds in gaming? Look, Street Fighter 6, 92, Resident Evil 4, 93, Resident Evil Village, 84, Resident Evil 2, 91, Monster Hunter. Right? Is this the greatest turnaround in gaming for a company that was on the brink asking to be acquired? And go from that to this? Am I right, chat?
Because I was counting them out when Lost Planet 3 dropped. Either 2 or 3. I was starting to count them out. So, yeah.
This is, look, kudos. I will have to say this, man. Kudos to Capcom. Look, I'm not into the Resident Evil series. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not even into the Monster Hunter series. But shout out to all the people that
I love both of them.
that rock out with me, that vibe with me, that do like those games and appreciate them. I do rock with Street Fighter. Street Fighter go way back to the arcade days with the quarters on top of the cabinets, and you damn near fighting your way up out of the arcade. Because the motherfucker didn't got their ass whoop on the arcade.
On them sticks.
On them sticks. It was different. Every time you went to the arcade back in the day, you went with the mindset that you might have to fight your way up out of that, because there's always one dude who get their ass whooped and just take it too serious and too far. If you're in the chat and you know what I'm talking about, you know, if you come from them days and you in the chat and you know about them arcade,
don't have no girls around and you whoop that ass in front of the man.
And the homie getting his ass whooped around the female that he got.
Oh yeah, it's up.
Shout out to the 214 people watching. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. The growth is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Raise and Play with the $5 again. Didn't them ponies tell us bots to? I got that already. My bad. But shout out, kudos to Capcom. It looks like Street Fighter 6 is gonna be incredible. And I know.
Hold on, we got one down here. I see you on one that you see that Mellow right. Go ahead and put that up there. Fuck Capcom, nigga. Mellow right. Put that dono up there. You see that dono? Mellow was right.
Mellow was right about what?
See it? Hold on, I can't put it on the screen. Post trying to avoid that one.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you.
Hold on, who put it up there? That was TK Thunder.
I don't see no TK Thunder in the chat, brother. Let me tell you something.
He said Mello was right.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I want all my
King
glory.
Ripper 74G was good, brother. Always a pleasure seeing you, man. But yeah, I just think this is incredible for Capcom. I do want to see where they go from here in terms of new IP, because the remakes of the Resident Evil series then put you back on the map, has strengthened your portfolio in terms of the influx of cash. Monster Hunter is always a huge IP. Yeah. It looks like Street Fighter 6 is going to do numbers. I think it's going to sell way more than Street Fighter 5, and that's probably because Street Fighter 5, I don't think it hit its goals that they was trying to hit, and it's probably mainly because it was exclusive to PlayStation and the PC at the time. But I think Street Fighter 6 is going to do incredible numbers given the scores that it got. I might get it. I might hop online. I might get my ass whooped because I ain't played it.
Thing though, post. I really do like that Avatar build that they got in that system. It's really dope.
What, the Avatar build?
Yeah, when you make your own Street Fighter character and you go into that world, I played a little bit of it, and I'm just like, I was impressed. I was impressed.
I didn't go back to the demo. Shout out to PK Thunder. Whoa, with the $4.99. Mello is right. How the heck PlayStation 5 is flying off the shelves, but their PlayStation Plus subscribers ain't moving up at the same rate? You know what, PK Thunder?
Thank you.
What, PK, why would you give them that type of energy, PK?
The computers that compute, nigga. Math ain't mathing.
PK, why would you PK don't run off with the plug?
You know it's real.
Shout out to Jax82 with the $5. The console scalping was real. More Series S out there than Series X. PlayStation nowhere to be brought. Sold out Walmart. You had to order online only. Yes, we did see that. Jax82. You know, PK is just trying to put that battery in Mellow back. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's already there. I'm energized.
One person in the chat told him he right. He think the whole chat told him he was right. You did that, PK.
I was right.
PK Thunder, that's your fault, bro.
It's a couple of them, man. I call them out. Don't get it wrong, nigga. Sony out here finessing the system, nigga. They out here padding these stats.
Doom Reaper say Sarah Bond keeps posting Lord of the Rings stuff. Yes, they've been low key doing that. I don't think people have been realizing all of the references to Lord of the Rings they've been posting lately. I've seen Sarah Bond make a few tweets in reference to Lord of the Rings. I don't know if anything's gonna come of it, and I don't want to assume. I don't even want to be I don't want no leaks. I want to be surprised, right? I want to be surprised. Shout out to my brother Everborn Saga that's in the chat. Man. I might have to get Everborn on here when we talk about that CMA. If he's freed up, might have to get him in here because that CMA hearing was incredible. But we're gonna move along. I just want to get one more topic before we start talking about the hearing. And where is it? It is right here.
Uh-huh.
All right. And this is, and I said I don't want to know, but they teasing, they messing with us right now, man.
Me.
Let me close this down. Microsoft, and they doing it. Xbox is doing this on purpose, right? Let me do this here. Oh. Look at this. You know what this is, right? I'm just gonna play this. And y'all tell me what y'all think this is.
Hold on, run that back to me one more time.
Oh, you need me to run? I'm gonna run it back one more time. I think. Look, I want to listen to the music. Look at the glitter. I don't know who cleaned all that shit up.
Yeah, I know. Green and blue glitter.
Seems important.
Yeah. I think that's Fable.
That it. I think it's Fable too. The glitter.
Yeah, the glitter.
The glitter in the music.
The pixie dust.
The pixie dust we have with the old girl. And the music.
Yeah, that's Fable. Yeah.
You know what? I'm so anxious to see how it's going to look. I'm so, because and the reason why I say that is because we know Playground pedigree when it comes to Forza Horizon and what they do in terms of gameplay and graphics. Now imagine that. Their pedigree and what they did with what they've done with the Forza Horizon series so far, which to me has been unmatched for that particular genre.
Ooh. I see where you going.
You feel me?
I see where you going.
Man.
The environment gonna be floored, man, clean. And then if they follow that same concept of the original, I seen somebody post Fable earlier today, and I was just like, I forgot how important decision making was in that game. It's been so long since I played it, but
I'm just saying you got to put some respect on Playground name, right?
Yeah,
because you have to look how long the Forza Horizon series has been out.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this, right?
Ooh, usually the Avatar shit, the Avatar,
but no, even this don't look. Even when PUBG came out and it was successful, people started to mimic it, right?
Right.
Who has mimicked the success in terms of Forza Horizon in that genre? Think about it.
Shit, nobody on that scale.
Nobody ain't been to match them.
Not even the Drivatar situation. Hell, they ain't even came close to that.
Bro, think about it. Ain't nobody been able to match them in that genre. They been in that motherfucker solo dolo.
Yeah.
Now, it might be a game that's coming out in the future that we don't know about, but
that music give it away though. I'm sorry, that music. Nah, it
shout
got
out to
to
Ray
be
Blade with the $5 again. Thank you for the support, man. We are humble over here, and we thank you, brother. Jim had a plan: convert as many PS4 gamers to PS5 as fast as possible. So Mello was right.
Come on now.
Buy to force consumers into thinking it's hard show games.
Come on.
Now,
it's called customer manipulation, nigga.
Okay.
I know this shit.
Okay, here we go. Now, Raiden, I agree with what you said, right?
Oh, come on.
Hold on. Hold on. Now let's do this. Raiden.
What the
now, Raiden, I agree with what you said. But what PK and Mello talking about is two different things.
No, it's not.
This brother got up on here and said was the scalpers.
They the damn scalpers.
He said Sony was the scalpers, meaning Sony was selling the PS5 and scalping the PS5s at the same damn time, right?
Yes.
Oh no, we not doing this, brother.
Bro, I got a whole warehouse full of PS5s and PlayStation VR tools.
Shout out to Karen Raisin, potato salad with the $2. That's Dookie. What is that?
All that pixie dust is Dookie talking about Tinker Bell thing.
Now look, what PK and Noah up here is accusing
Mello.
PK and Mello up here is accusing Sony.
Don't put that on him. That's me,
sending out employees to scalp hundreds of PS5.
Nah, they ain't send them out. All they did was we gonna ship out this amount.
Yo, we not doing. Now I agree with Ray to say you lie about the PS5 on hardware constraints. And well, not really lie, but you tell the public that we having issues with constraints and stuff like that because you want to ramp up demand. I do believe that Sony has done that, and even Microsoft has done that before. So I do agree with Wayne. And if you're going to phrase, that's how you phrase it. You don't literally come out and say Sony out here selling and scalping at the same damn time.
They selling and scalping the same damn time.
So I blame PK. I blame you and PK. Shout out to Review Scientology USA with the $2. Sarah Bond, only what I want to see at the showcase. Oh Lord, this brother got it.
You know she married,
okay,
right?
well, you know she met. You know what? And he don't care.
You got it though.
He don't care. He don't care. He just told her to pull up.
He said he wanted to break up a happy home.
I don't care nothing about that ring on your finger. Just pull up.
That man said he ready to break up a happy home. Boy,
I can't bring back to the 90s. Like if he don't know what he know won't hurt him. What he don't know won't hurt him. You feel me? This brother out here. All right, so let me we're gonna go ahead because let me get this off the screen. We finna talk about this CMA stuff. And Lord, lo and behold, look, let me tell you something. I will say this though. Starting off, I was told a lot of things about how difficult the CMA is, how difficult the process is, how such a hard time that Microsoft is going to have, what they will be able to do and what they won't be able to do. I was told that this case was going to take 2 years, 3 years. Ponies was telling me the deal is blocked. The CMA appeal going to take 3 years. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
In this case management hearing today, told the true story. I was told that Microsoft wouldn't be able to submit evidence or bring character witness and all that was a lie. They lied. Everborn, they lied to me, brother. If you're still in the chat, brother, Everborn, they lied to us, Everborn. They lied to us. Because let me tell you something. This is one of the most one-sided argument that I have ever seen. And I want to say shout out to Daniel Beard, the lawyer that Microsoft, that man was cooking. That when I say that man was cooking, he was cooking. And he made sure that he brought up very essential and pivotal points regarding this whole process. And I seen him throughout the process lean next to his counsel, the guy that was make sure
this live stream.
This was live stream.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn, okay.
This was live stream. It was 4 hours. I woke up late, but I got a chance to see majority. I didn't catch it when it started, but I got to see the majority of it. And shout out to False Patent because he did a great job of reporting on it on the Twitter. He was right. He was texting, pretty much live texting everything that was going on. So shout out to him.
Okay. Shout out to Brody.
For all the stuff that we was told about the CMA, how they don't take no mess, how they don't take no shit, how they the end all be all, and all of this to come in that case management and be that unprepared was perplexing. Yes, I'm trying to get into my lawyer talk, so I'm gonna change up my verbiage. You feel me?
I'm gonna let you get in your bag. Before you get into that, let me say this real quick, because I keep seeing these people on social media trying to come in and attack people that's actually like investing their time into this. Like, oh, how y'all become lawyers and all that. It ain't about becoming a lawyer and going to no damn school. You ain't go to school to be a journalist. So how the fuck are you giving your opinion thinking it's gospel on social media? These people are actually taking time to listen and see what's going on. And respectfully, I think y'all might want to honor that. Just because this shit ain't going how y'all thought it was going to go, don't do the little weak ass disses and shit.
Yeah. And I gotta say, shout out to my brother Everborn Saga, because me and him do pretty much throughout this whole process. A majority of me and him have been having conversations behind the scenes regarding this whole process. And he's pretty much been on the point every single time. And Everborn Saga, I salute you, brother, because they lied to us. They lied to us. Because what we heard and what we see today about new evidence being submitted, all this new paperwork that they said, well, and the final thing was final is final. Microsoft can't do this. They can't submit no more of this. You can't do this. You can't bring these people in. Can't bring that. All that shit was a lie.
Wait a minute. What I missed? I missed? Go, hold on.
All that shit was a lie.
Let's backtrack. So you talking about the hearing?
Yes, I just started. We just started.
Okay. I haven't seen anything. I need to know. I'm in the audience. I'm in the audience with my popcorn. Go ahead.
Shout out to my brother Everborn Saga with the $2. They thought I was wrong, but I knew it all along. Yes, you did, brother.
My bro.
Yes, you did, brother. You take your victory lap today, brother.
Man,
you take your victory lap.
You gonna get your flowers over here on State of Game.
Shout out to Ray Blade with the $2 rolling up Microsoft bond. You will be erased by dark field. Rolling up on MS. Okay.
Miss Bond. Miss Bond. Yeah.
And then Alcoholic Gamer. Let me tell you, Alcoholic Gamer has great stuff. Let me tell you something. This is a commercial break brought to you by Alcoholic Gamer with the $2. Orange Fanta plus Jaeger. Enjoy drinks on me. Now, Alcoholic Gamer always show up in the chat. Damn near every show and give you a
alcoholic beverage for the summer.
Alcoholic beverage for the summer, and every time he show up, he come up with different drinks to mix. That's really good. Now, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't even drink things. You feel me? I don't need. But if you partake in the chat, please drink responsibly and don't drink and drive at the same damn time. Now back to the show.
Hold on, sorry about alcoholic. I need one that's like real settled, not strong, but just smooth enough to keep you all right for the party. Okay, go ahead, Post.
Hey, shout out to John TJ with the $2. High post up, high chat. There will be no PS6. Okay, okay, my bad, PK Jaeger. I called it Jaeger. I put the J on it. My bad. But thank you for educating me on that, brother. I ain't too. I learned. I learned. I ain't scared to get something wrong and somebody teach me. You feel me? So let me do this. Let me start off by saying this. This is the most unprepared I have ever seen an organization in my life. Damn. And I want to say that again. This is the most unprepared I have ever seen an organization who is trying to block a merger globally, right? A little island is trying to police the world, right? And in doing so, didn't show up ready or prepared for the battle, right? Damn. So, look, first we're going to start off by like this, right? First we're going let me put this on screen first. Let me do this. Let me tell you what the CMA tried to pull, right? And I'm gonna tell you who you can blame. And you might not like it. Some of y'all will like it. Look at this. Activision legal counsel alleges that the CMA only spent 4 weeks out of its 32 weeks investigation focusing on cloud gaming. The back end of the 32 weeks dealt with the cloud story. And you know why, right?
Oh, no.
So the Jimmy.
Silver, that is bad. That is bad. And I'm going to tell you why. As we get into this, I'm going to tell you why it's bad. And if you watch the hearing today, you could tell they only had 4 weeks.
Hold on, is this hearing public? Like anybody can watch the hearing?
Well, the hearing was streamed via Microsoft Teams, and you were not able to record it.
I want to see this. You think it'll come out later?
I know some people that know some people.
Documentary, yeah.
I know some people that know some people, but I ain't snitching.
Man, this way you said you wasn't snitching.
Look, I know some people that know some people, but I ain't snitching. That's all I'm gonna say. I know some people that know. Everybody asking me where you can. I don't think it's going to be a video on demand version released by the tribunal, but they are going to release a text version because they.
Seen it post? You seen it?
I seen it. And let me tell you something.
It was that bad. Like
it was bad. It was bad.
It was that bad.
It was that bad. And this is where I want. The CMA spent the better half of 18 months trying to defend Jim Ryan and PlayStation.
Yep. I mean, we knew that though. We knew that because they didn't mention anything about the cloud until
they mentioned it, but it wasn't their focal point. It was, and that's why you would assume that they didn't mention it because it never garnered the attention that the console SLC got, Noah. But they mentioned it. It just never garnered the attention. So whether this deal go through or not, if it does, because this deal is being fast-tracked. This deal is being fast-tracked, meaning they're talking about it's only going to take probably 10 days, probably less than that. After the hearing on July 24th. You got another second case management hearing on June 12th, right? June 12th. And then the provisional hearing is on July 24th. The CMA was trying to push it to November and October. And why would they do that? Why would you try to prolong a case, right? If you got the facts and the evidence to back up the reason why you block. What that sound like? The FTC.
Like a bunch of pump faking.
Sound like the Lena Khan scheme, right? It definitely sounds like the Lena Khan scheme. And the FTC got brought up a lot in this hearing. And also the lawyer. Well, we'll get that. I'm kind of just let me just.
Go ahead, Sam. Get in your bag, player. Get in your bag.
Okay, shout out to John, TJ with the $5. Sony Showcase really exposed their budget. I guess they can't survive without COD. Okay. So they spent the better half of damn near 18 months trying to defend Jim Ryan in PlayStation in the console SLC, right? They lost there due to bad math, right? So at the last minute, they had to pivot to cloud. That's why they only had 4 weeks to try to draw up an argument for a reason to block the deal because of cloud.
So they can get a little bit more time to build a
not even a little
case,
bit more time. They didn't have an argument in either area. If you look at the facts or the numbers, right? They didn't have an argument in either area. Maybe cloud, because the European Commission did see some of the same things the CMA, but the European Commission say, look, this can be fixed. What we're going to do is we're going to get an independent group to monitor these 10-year agreements over the next 10 years. That way, from the European perspective, right, we don't have to give up any or use any worry about stressing any resources that we don't have because we got multiple other mergers and acquisitions that we have to worry about, right? So we'll put that on the shoulders of an independent group and make sure Microsoft adhere to what they said in the agreement. And it'll be easy because they'll know if Microsoft do something that they don't supposed to do, they'll know. And they'll be held accountable for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, what makes this very interesting is that the European Commission, and this was brought up in this hearing about how the CMA had discussions with multiple regulatory bodies. And guess what? The European Commission told the CMA that their market definition for cloud was incorrect.
We could have told them that though, Post.
Oh, yeah,
we could have told them that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I mean interrupted, my bad. We could have told them that.
The European Commission told, and that's why the lawyer, Mr. Beard on Microsoft side said, look, we need discovery. We need all the communications that was going on between the CMA and other regulatory bodies. That includes the EU, that includes the FTC or anybody else. We need to know what was being discussed. And let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna tell you what he said. Let me tell you what he said right here. Let me go here.
Talk to us, Pastor. Talk to us.
Who gonna leak those emails?
Let me tell you what he said right here. And this is pretty much verbatim. He said, it's not so much about what the CMA said to other regulators. It's about what other regulators said to the CMA. Relevant. It's relevant that the EU mentioned external inquiries from other regulators, right? So I take that as a jab with what was going on with the CMA to FTC, but I also take that as them knowing that the European Commission told the CMA before the CMA even made their decision, your market definition of cloud is wrong. This is our market. This is how we see it. This is how we perceive it. And we're going to pass the deals with remedies. And what did the CMA do? We Braxton, we on our own now. We want to be independent. We want to be independent. We little, but we big out here.
We're independent women.
You ain't finna son me. You ain't. What did they do? Right? So the lawyer is trying to get, and I think the tribunal is going to allow him access to that information. And mind you, before I keep going with this, the whole time the tribunal was siding with Microsoft lawyer, right? They were siding with Microsoft lawyer. They loved the way the Microsoft lawyer was explaining things, how he was prepared, the way he answered questions, the way he was putting ideas out there to make this process easier on the tribunal in terms of, look, we'll be able to dismiss this portion in order to make it easy on you. We'll consolidate this information into this to make it easy on you so we can make sure we get this process done as quick as possible, right?
And transparent as
and
possible.
You know what the CMA lawyer was doing?
In his pump fake bag.
Let me tell you something.
Hey, you know what? He probably went into the back, called Jim Ryan. You got me in front of these people, embarrassing myself. Trying to stay in PlayStation. And y'all got this trash ass showcase, and I'm out here trying to stop this deal from, you know what? F this shit.
Let me tell you something. Even on TV shows, I have never seen a lawyer stutter that much in front of a judge.
Oh, ever. What's your name?
When I say that brother was stuttering, I'm talking about that brother, that man was incapable put a cohesive sentence together. Let me tell you something. I don't know if it was nervousness. I don't know. It was due to the fact that the CMA hired him 3 days before the hearing.
Wait.
Yes.
They hired him 3 days.
They hired the lawyer 3 days before the hearing.
What the fuck?
Right. So they was trying to the whole time they was at, and shout out to the judge because the judge saw through all of the CMA bullshit. Right. The CMA was saying, look, it's gonna take. Hold on, give me just a sec, y'all. I gotta do something real quick. Go ahead.
We got you, bro. We got you, Mello. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy.
I'm about to say he came in 3 days though. But you know what? I said that shit though, and again, I got to pat myself on the back. I don't care what none of y'all niggas said. I said this shit to be done by August, so I'm finna call Big Money right now, and I'm gonna be on my extra petty levels, on my Dragon Ball Z petty level. Because I told this man that deal was gonna be done by August of this year, but. It was funny because it was already coming off weird anyway, though. No, when they was talking about doing the whole concessions and they wanted to break up the deal and divvy it up and divide it to different games going to different places. I'm glad they doubled down and said hell no.
Okay. All right, I'm back. Let me get these super chats real quick. Shout out to Gen X128 with the $2. Yes, the CMA argument is weak as fuck. Yes, it is. Spoonie love. What's good, Spoonie with the $5? If I hadn't seen it live, I wouldn't believe you. They sounded super unprepared. Actually, the lawyer said he didn't have much time to prepare, and that's why he was repeat. Bro, I ain't never, bro. I'm talking about this.
Spoonie, you saw it too.
I don't even know if it was a speech impediment, and I ain't knocking him for having a speech impediment because my children, my twins, they have speech impediments, but. This was some
his voice was shaky,
man. This was some bro. I'm telling you, it was. I couldn't believe it. Rain Blade with the $2. CMA just got conned, a sacking and jail time. Yeah, you can definitely see that. I wouldn't say collusion, but I think at some point the FTC did have some influence on the CMA decision because they're trying to pretty much run the same scheme. The FTC is trying to prolong the deal with their administrative law judge, and that's why they scheduled that hearing in August, which is past the July 18th date. And the CMA is doing the same thing. They're trying to force the shareholders to make the decision for them. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the CMA was trying to prolong the hearing all the way into October or November. But kudos to Microsoft lawyer who got that shit up out of there. And kudos to the judge, like, we trying to get this done as fast and as quick as possible. So like I said, me and Everborn was told before this whole process that it'll be real difficult for Microsoft to get this thing fast-tracked. And guess what? Microsoft is getting this thing fast-tracked. And listening to that judge, you would have thought that the based on what we heard about the tribunal prior to this, you would have thought they would have been more strict, more tougher towards Microsoft. It was not like that. And I know this is just a case management thing, but the way this going, I wouldn't be surprised if the CMA tried to figure out a solution. I wouldn't be surprised if the CMA go to the table with Microsoft again and say, look, let's figure this thing out and get this done before the July.
I think they're gonna end up. I think they're gonna end up aligning with the EU with their remedies. But that's my thing though. Can they do that? I mean, I feel like
yes, they can.
Are we in unprecedented territory?
We're in unprecedented territory, and that's what the judge has said in the hearing. It's never been a case like this before. This is new.
Yeah,
this is new. And so when people say, "Wow, we Why are we reporting on this case? Why are we so into this? And why are we? Because this is the first of its kind.
Thank you. It's finna set the tone.
And it's going to set the tone in the landscape for probably the next 10 or 20 years in terms of how mergers and acquisitions and the policy from the regulators will be developed over the next 10 or 20 years.
That's what's up. We out here
in shape. Because this is just not about Microsoft.
That boy Phil out here making history. That's what I'm talking about.
It's not just about Microsoft. It's about the whole tech landscape as a whole. Even industries outside of the tech. This merger is going to impact every industry in terms of big acquisition and even small acquisitions.
Yep, you heard the news that about Comcast was talking about getting into gaming now.
Yeah, Comcast was about to buy EA a year or two ago, but the deal fell off. You think they not? We talked about this 2 or 3 years ago about how Phil said this when he said in that statement that Sony and Nintendo and all three of them need to band together. Right?
Thank you.
To protect the industry from outside.
We love.
Fact Silver joystick.
Because
Microsoft. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean cut you off. Microsoft has been making some really good moves lately, like from a public standpoint. From a public viewpoint, they've been making some really, really good moves, bro. Like you can't knock what they're doing. They're creating history.
Why he said Council Warden is dead. We keep saying this. He literally came in the forefront and just said all that fanboy Council War mess is what's gonna kill gaming if y'all continue with this. And lo and behold, you get news Comcast, you hearing Netflix. All want to get into gaming.
Yeah, and he said that to say this, that you might have outsiders come in this industry to try to get a part of the industry, but don't appreciate it like we do. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be mindful of that and protective of that.
I know there's laws against it, but I think Sony need to team up with Microsoft because this shit's about to get really rocky. It's about to get really rocky for PlayStation, and I know
they kept saying that. That's why that's why us as fans we were saying that shit. Let's go into the competitive aspect of gaming. If you really give a fuck about gaming, you shouldn't be worried about going against a PC gamer. We should be in here like, all right, cool, let's go. We got our consoles, and we're gonna go ahead and get these motherfuckers that's so-called better than us.
Just kill that cheating.
They got a keyboard better than us.
Just kill that cheating. I don't mind going against PC dudes. Just that cheating stuff will hurt me, man.
They had a whole lane that we could have focused on, but you was too busy trying to defend the plastic. You too busy worried about what's gonna be exclusive to your game to justify it. Like
another thing is when you live in the moment, you don't see the stuff that's going on from the outside. Like, PlayStation was churning out these big AAA titles, but what the PlayStation guys don't realize is the development time's going up, the budget's going up, the cost of marketing is going up. Now you got a year like this where you're only getting one game at the end of the year. That's first party. That's big.
Because you spend so much money on that budget, right?
Yeah, I've been noticing this with PlayStation. There's a lot of downtime between these big titles.
Yeah, they give you three big AAA games during the year.
Not even that, bro. Maybe like third party.
AAA, but
if you count third party, third
party, they give you like 2 to 3 AAA games.
2 to 3. What do you see in 2 to 3?
I can't see because again, you'll have something like they had that Ratchet and Clank, and then they had like Ripped Apart. I mean, not Ripped Apart. Returnal, and then they
Returnal not a big AAA title.
I'm just saying, then they'll drop like a fall game release. So what I'm saying is,
I say 2. I say they give you like 2. They give you like 2.
They give you
2 big AAA games, right?
Within like the year, and then fill it up with third party. But the money you didn't sacrifice for that goddamn AAA game, it doesn't come back in the returns like within a month. That shit comes over in time once the sales start coming in. When they start giving like the $30, that's when they start kicking up and ramping up and actually making profit. When it's in the bargain bin.
I say 1 to 2 games on average I mean, I know they had like 1 year where it was kind of hitting on all cylinders. They dropped like 3 or 4
Yeah,
big
yeah, that's
AAA
what I'm saying.
titles,
Yeah.
but that's an anomaly, bro. Like they might have 1 or 2 titles, and then that doesn't account for delays. Like PlayStation, everything in the PlayStation land, everything has to go perfect. You know what I'm saying? With Microsoft, you can afford a game to get delayed. When they start hitting all strides, because you got Game Pass, you know, 1 delay is not going to hurt anything because you got other titles in Game Pass that's going, you know what I'm saying? They can ride the wave with. And
Yeah,
as
but
they
now
require
everybody
more and more
questioning.
devs,
Yeah.
like PlayStation's about to really get buried, bro, because look at Fashions. Fashions was supposed to release, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fashion's been delayed several times. Now that game got delayed, and now it's TBD, to be determined. You know what I'm saying? That's like PlayStation can't keep up, bro. They can't. And that's not fanboying. It's just they can't. They put themselves on the island. They got themselves in the corner. And now when something goes wrong, their timeline gets delayed. They can't afford that. Microsoft can take the hit. PlayStation can't.
That's a prime example of that. Like what Game Pass now when they said they was announcing the games for June. It ain't really some serious games there. But guess what? They gave you over 11 months of nothing but hits that was dropping. You got even some unannounced games that came into Game Pass. So it's like, all right, you gave us 1 down month. Cool. I'll take those 11. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I had nothing but content to play.
Go
But
Reviews. Yeah, there's 2 games. Go Review says Final Fantasy 16 Spider-Man. That's this year. I think last year Returnal ain't dropped. Returnal dropped the year before. I don't think Returnal dropped last year. It was last year was Horizon and God of War. Matter of fact, yeah, you're right. 2 to 3. Cause last year was Horizon, God of War, and Gran Turismo.
yeah, they give you about 2 to
So yeah,
3
you're right
serious
about 2 to 3.
games,
You're right
roughly.
about 2 to 3.
And
But
then
this
the
year
rest of the
2.
season be nothing but filler. It'd be literally full of third party. Call of Duty come out with the packs, and that's it. They had the deal
Yeah.
with 2K. They did the marketing deal with 2K this year. I mean the prior year. So it's
And
the
then even
same.
this year, bro, everything has to go perfect. Like, what if Spider-Man 2 gets delayed into next year? Now you're looking at a year where Sony only dropped DLC for Horizon.
But it don't matter to their
And
community. It doesn't care. That's the problem. They so hell bent and focused on what Microsoft is doing that they won't care. It's just
exactly,
been some,
it's
we
sleight of
want to
hand,
be
bro. It's that
perfect.
slight. It's sleight of. It's always been sleight of hand. Honestly,
Yeah. I'm
it's
gonna
always been
finesse the
sleight of hand.
system. I'm gonna finesse the system. We're gonna talk about how Xbox done messed up and did something wrong, or the performance of a game ain't up to par compared to
Look,
the PlayStation 5. While your games is being delayed. And again, you went a whole year. And I remind you, we are past that threshold of the 2-year mark where we get like the subpar games. Yeah,
yep,
y'all are still getting games for PS4 in 2023.
yep.
Like,
That's sleight of hand, something serious, bro. They don't even talk. Nobody.
man,
I bought this thing. Nobody talking about this PSVR 2 no more, and I'm a little upset.
we tried to tell your ass like we might care about VR like that, bro.
I'm good, bro.
VR is about another 3 years off, in my opinion. It's about
The
another
sleight
3
of
years
hand
to
is
4
let's
years.
talk about Redfall so
Oh
people
shit.
don't discuss PSVR 2. That's that PlayStation sleight of hand, bro. Like they always find an Xbox narrative to hide the stuff that's going on the PlayStation side. Remember, there'll be several months when nothing's going on PlayStation, no showcase, no show, trash state of play.
Shit went 2
But
years
but let's
without a
talk
game.
about but let's talk about Xbox. That's all, bro. We gotta stop. We gotta stop allowing them from doing that, bro. I think this year.
So is the Ratchet and Clank situation real? That is coming to PC?
Oh yeah, that's legit.
So that is legit.
Can you pull up the Steam?
I can't do it right now. I'm playing Halo, but I can't even pull
Oh,
up the.
my B.
Yeah. No.
It's I want a third person looter shooter from Xbox. Something like Division. The Xbox will have all genres covered, made by Coalition. Yeah, I want to see what Coalition show up, man. I don't want to speculate, but I think Coalition like one of their top studios.
Bro, this Fable, if that Fable news is real, that's when it killed the whole entire showcasing. Starfield, like I'm dedicating my whole goddamn channel onto Starfield. I'm telling y'all this now. Like, yeah, we dedicate my whole entire channel on that game alone because that shit finna be massive. Like, that's the biggest title that's finna drop this year, and that is gonna get me off of 2K. That shit gonna get me off of 2K, so I know it's real.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on Redfall this weekend. Zinc.
Shout out Spoonie Love with the $2 CMA. Look like they hired a public defender. Yes, they did. My brother K Asante with the $2. I'm just in time for church. Preach our post. Yeah, shout out to my brother K another brother who called it with me and Everborn. K Asante. They told us we didn't know what we was talking about. They told us we didn't know what we was talking about, bro. My brother Everborn, send me the link. I got you, brother. Let me do that right now. I'm finna hit you in the DM. Let's go.
Well, it's supposed to be DLC for God of War.
God of War.
And then Gran Turismo ain't nothing but what was that? Gran Turismo. What Gran Turismo Sport should have been. Honestly,
they was doing.
You're right, bro. You're right.
They was doing the car purchase.
My screen. Okay, let me see here. And so look at this. Okay, so look at this too. I'll be forgetting. I'll be sharing my screen. Look at this. So the CMA said, if there is a technical or incontrovertible error, the evidence of the error we would have to question whether it should be addressed by independent evidence or internal evidence based on the nature of the allegations being made.
Nah, Post. There's too many 4-syllable words. And
hold on. I got you. So the CMA lawyer tells the judge in this case they will rely on, I think he said BGL or PGL. I didn't understand them. And so basically what they were saying is that Microsoft was pretty much making a case of the errors in the bad takes the CMA was doing, right? And so basically he was saying that look, if there is evidence of technical or any errors in here, it shouldn't be addressed internally, meaning that we shouldn't have to admit that we made a mistake on this whole thing. We should go to a third party independent agency for them to make that assessment. But we did already came out and said with the console SLC, it said it had to, do a spin on that. Everborn, what's good, my brother?
What up?
What's good, brother? You come in. You know what I'm saying? A little low.
What up, bro?
For the time being, I'm finna give you the floor.
Make sure y'all hit that like button.
I'm finna give you the floor, brother. For the time being that we have you, what is your assessment on what happened today at the hearing?
It did not go well for the defendants, because remember, they are so Microsoft and Activision they're suing the CMA.
Yep.
Right. We understand that. So it's not part of it. So it is the normal traditional sense of suing because they want the CMA to pay their legal fees, because the way you saw these lawyers perform today, they're not cheap.
Yep.
Right? And
hey, hold on one second. Interrupt you. Can you cut your mic up a little bit?
Oh yeah, they say you too low, Everborn.
I got you.
Yeah, we want you to be heard, my brother.
How about now?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. We need to hear you cook real quick. We need to hear you cook. Get in your bag, brother.
That's that Elgato Wave XLR. It always turns. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, just so you understand the pedigree of the lawyers you were dealing with, the Mr. Baird, he was a lawyer for Queen Elizabeth.
What?
That's the Queen's lawyer, right?
Yo.
And
he getting his bag for real. Go ahead.
And if you were watching that video, you could see that the Activision lawyer, he looks and sounds exactly like Tywin Lannister, but he was actually the lawyer for Boris Johnson, the former prime minister, right?
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing, and I brought this up a little bit the other day, but I think it's worth repeating. So you have a lot of people that, and I'm not one of those people to be like, I know better than the experts. That's not what I'm doing here, right? But you and I post, and everybody in the chat and everybody on the show, we are not the ones saying these people are making bad calls. It's actual other regulators that are saying that. There are economists that say this doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
There are there are investors that say this doesn't make any sense. The EU says it doesn't make any sense, right? China says it doesn't make any sense. Brazil says it doesn't make any sense. Japan says it don't make no sense.
Yep.
Right? We can go one at a time all down the line of people who looked at the same evidence and say it doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Now, what they tried to tell you before, because Brazil called this from the rip, they said Sony was full of ish. I don't know if I can curse here.
Yes, you can. Get in your bag, brother.
Get in your bag, bro.
So they knew Sony was full of shit, and they said it from the rip. We don't believe you, Sony. We don't even think we need. First of all, they said that cloud is not a separate market. They said that in Brazil. Even the EU said that, and they required cloud remedies, right? But so don't take us fans' word for it, right? Just look at what the economists and the regulators and the lawyers and the people in those same positions the people that used to have those same positions, right? So there's that, right? But then you have this class of people that say, and this is probably because they're from the UK and the CMA is the end all be all for them. Now, there's an open question out there right now, right? And I want to put this to the whole chat. You guys tell me what you think. Let's say right now, today, the CMA says, you know what, we fucked up. We don't need concessions, or just give us the same thing you gave EU. And then Lena Khan comes to her senses because she don't want to get embarrassed in the administrative court, right? But then out of nowhere, I use the example South Korea, but I can't use that no more, right? But out of nowhere, New Zealand says,
Australia, and Canada,
right. So New Zealand says, even though China and the EU and the US approved this thing, and everybody else approved it, we, New Zealand, are going to block this deal. And that means you can't do it globally. And you can't invest in either company for a decade.
For the next 10 years.
So let me ask you guys a question here. Would anyone take New Zealand seriously?
Nope.
If you got the EU and you got China and you got and you got America?
In this situation, no.
Nope.
No.
You would.
No. So they don't even have that jurisdiction, bro. I don't get that.
So this now, so that's question one. Now the follow-up question is, post-Brexit, when the UK does not have the EU backing them up, when the UK currently does not have a trade agreement with the US, and the talks stalled, Rishi Sunak cannot even get a meeting with Biden right now. I'm not joking. There's no way to restart those conversations.
Man, talk that shit, Ever, boy. Let's go.
Right?
Hit the like button.
So the question is that I do not think has been answered. Does the UK have veto power over not only the EU, not only
Globally.
China, but the US and the rest of the world? Is the UK the most powerful country in terms of regulatory approval in the world?
No, they trying to act like it though.
See, that question actually has not been put to the test post-Brexit.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the thing. So yes, they're going through the motions right now.
Yep.
But if push come to shooting, I don't know that they do have that power.
They don't.
right?
I think they don't.
And we are what it would say, and I don't know that the rest of the world wants to concede this. It would say that even if you want to do a deal, America, Europe, China, you want to do a deal, you better go get the UK say so. And you're not getting the King of England say so. You're not getting the Prime Minister of England say so. You're getting a committee. Of non-elected people who basically can guess and make assumptions on where things are going to go. And there's nobody to push back against them. Do we really think that a deal of this size, and what the experts are going to point you to, they're going to say, but Meta, they stopped that. Okay. That was a $400 million deal.
Yeah, you ain't talking about no billion. Yeah.
It's levels.
It's levels. Right. So that's the thing. And I'm not making any predictions or assertions or speaking in any absolutes how it's going to go. Yeah. But what I'm saying is anyone who tells you they know how it's going to go,
they don't.
Is full of shit.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for getting that out there. Thank you.
So if they come to you and say, I have a law degree and this and that, ask them if they tried a $70 billion acquisition.
Yeah, see how that turned out.
We are in unprecedented territory.
The CMA don't even have experience with that.
Yeah,
no regulatory body has experience with that until now, because this is like the first of its kind in this industry.
That goes back to this being in unprecedented territory. We haven't seen this before. Like, even we're trying to the people involved are trying to figure it out.
Right. So and to that end, since we're in that area, when was the last time you seen the CMA get overruled as much as they did today? Or when was the last time you just see somebody get this expedited case like that? Yeah. Or when was the last time the CMA makes a bonehead decision and then they have the MPs questioning them on whether they're colluding with the US?
Yeah, I can't answer you that one. I don't follow this stuff like that, so I can't answer that one. But go ahead. You cooking though.
The answer is you have it.
You have it.
And so for me, right? I don't know where this is going to go, and this is all fascinating to me. But I roll my eyes at all the people who just tell you if the UK blocks it, is dead. We don't know that. So now let's get to today. We got the preamble out the way.
Let's go, brother. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Hit the like button, brother. Have a cooking right now.
So check this out, right? There's three things. So you know where I don't know why I can't remember the movie right now. But you got the detective doing the interrogation, and he's comparing the stories, and he's like, he done fucked up.
Oh, that's
with the black dude.
Hold on, you can't be disrespecting that, man. That's Menace to Society, man. You can't disrespect that movie, baby. That's a classic.
You fucked up, right?
Wait, what? I don't think that was Menace to Society.
Yeah,
I don't think it was Menace to Society.
There's Menace to Society with Kane when he was inside the interview. Got the
it could be, but I feel like
the videotape being leaked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Menace to Society.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So check this out. The CMA is first going to have to prove, because remember, CAT is only they're based on the facts, right? So if we're just talking about facts, right? CAT will have to prove, and the judge said this, by the way. The judge said, I am having trouble understanding how game streaming is different from digital download.
Yes.
So how do you, and I'm gonna ask you guys this, right? You got a movie, it's on iTunes, right? Now, you can download that movie because you're getting on a plane.
Right.
Or you can say, watch right now, and it'll stream it to you. Are those two separate markets?
Nope.
Nah.
Nope.
Now,
two different distribution methods, but the same
software.
market. So what the judge said to the CMA was, and he didn't make a decision on it. He just said this is something they're gonna have to answer because he can't see it, and he read the whole thing. and that's before the CMA was trying to ask for special economists to come in, and the judge said, "Nah, we got economists, B.
Yeah. Hey, why would we
are
go
versed
outside?
at this."
He said, "Why would we go
if
outside to nobody that hasn't been a part of this deal to say?"
Unlike you, we're good at our jobs. So
Exactly.
who I want to hear from
that like
is the economist that you've been talking to. He said
exactly.
it. He said, "Don't bring me somebody that likes your argument and says that they agree. I want to know who informed
you've been talking to."
So anyway,
this ain't juicy, bro. This is juicy.
Hold on, let bro cook.
So now they have to answer how this is different from physical purchases and digital downloads. He said, because at the end of the day, you still need some form of technology to access this thing. You need a controller, you need a screen. So if we're not considering those things physical and digital separate markets, why is this? Right? That's the answer they're going to have. And then if they have that answer, they now have to prove that Activision games would have come to the cloud, even though the evidence shows when there was a cloud service like GeForce Now, they pulled their content. And they've been on the record before this acquisition saying that they're against the cloud. And they have evidence to say there are 5 key decision makers that could make a strategic decision like that. What the CMA relied on was a low-level employee. Like, right? They went to basically a janitor that was like, yeah, we'll go to the cloud. Someone who had no decision-making power. And so, and even though everyone else around the world looked at the same evidence and said, no, Activision games were not coming to the cloud because they said as much, they have actions to back it up. And there's no indication by key decision makers that would do that, public or private. 3 million documents. So that's the second thing they have to prove. They have to prove it's a market first. Then they have to prove that Activision games would come to the cloud, but it's not done yet.
It's not.
So let's say they can prove those two, that Activision games inevitably would have come to the cloud. Now they have to prove that it's an essential input. Because what they did, all their work, and they had 32 weeks. They spent 28 weeks on console listening to Jim dance moves.
Jim Ryan sucked them off.
So they spent 32 weeks, 28 on PlayStation, 4 on cloud, and they tried to use the homework they did on cloud and submit it to this other class. Which it's the homework they did on console and submit it for cloud and say, but watch this. Wait, this is gonna bug you out. So we did all this work on console.
They pivoted,
and now we want to apply. We've established that COD and Activision games are important for console.
Yes, sir.
But we also established that you're not able to foreclose console with COD. That's their words. But I got something for you different. And this is what the judge asked them. Wait a minute. You used all of this info to establish that this was that this was a problem in the console space, right? It was a relevant item in the console space. And you use that info to derive that it will also be important in the cloud. But hold on, player. You just said the cloud was a different market. So how can you apply that logic from consoles, or native is what they called it? How can you apply the native logic to cloud if you say it's a different market? Is it a different market or it's not? And if it's not a different market,
and what are we doing here?
Exactly.
What are we doing here?
Right. And again, even if they can somehow square that circle, how do you prove Call of Duty is an essential input for the cloud if you have no evidence of it being in the
Structure.
cloud.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right? But I'm not even done yet.
Keep cooking.
There's more.
There's more.
Let
Right?
him cook.
Right. So now the Queen's lawyer come in. I don't even call him Microsoft lawyer. I'm calling him the Queen's lawyer.
The Queen's lawyer.
Right. So he comes in and says, by the way, this thing is holding us up, so we need to close this deal.
Yep.
And then the CMA says, no, you have pending reviews around the world. And the Queen's lawyer said, what reviews? Right? So they said, oh, what about Canada? He said the Canada expiration date is already over. I could close tomorrow if it wasn't for this.
Because it's just like the FTC. They don't approve deals. They just let the date go by. If they go intervene, they will intervene. But if not, Microsoft can close. But go ahead.
Right. So no other jurisdiction around the world is moving to stop it. So the CMA said, well, what about the FTC?
Yep.
The Queen's lawyer said, there's nothing in the law stopping us from closing the deal. That's an administrative case. We're not in federal court. There's no injunction.
Yep.
And so the CMA said, oh, but if you did try to close it, then they would go for the injunction. You know what the Queen's lawyer said? How you know that?
What do you say?
How you know?
The Queen's lawyer said, how do you know that? They never said that to us. Have they been talking to you?
Collusion.
If so, when?
Collusion. And the judge, I do want to add to what he said. The judge did say that he didn't believe the FTC would even will win the injunction. But go ahead, keep cooking.
No. But and he said, so you're either lying. He didn't say these words, but he said this in the nice, you know what I'm saying? You talking to the judge
possible, right?
Right. You're either lying, you're either colluding with them, or you're talking out your ass because you don't know.
Yeah, because that's what the discovery company is.
This
go ahead.
is actually holding up the case. So what we need is an expedited date.
Yep.
Right. And then the CMA was like, how could we possibly get a case together in 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
When we won't even have lawyers available.
Yeah.
Then the ABK lawyer, who's Tywin Lannister, he said, he said, it's not our problem that you don't have your things together. I can go to the local bar association and pick up some lawyers.
Exactly.
This is your job.
This is your job. We can't do that job for
So you was inadequate at your own job. You came here half-assed. That's what he just said.
Wait. It gets better though.
It gets better. Come
Oh,
on.
damn.
Hey, I couldn't have told it like this. Shout out to my brother Evermore.
It's like season 4 of this shit. What the hell?
It was a bloodbath.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
So hold on. So they said, okay, fine. You want to go? Oh, the judge said, by the way, we need to take uncertainty out of this, because if you are telling me that, this is another thing where the judge called them out. So I told you how Microsoft called them out. Let me tell you how the judge called them out. The judge said, hold on. So you do or you don't think they're going to go for a preliminary injunction, the FTC, when the Queen's lawyer said we could close right now in the U.S. And they said, because the Queen's lawyer said they haven't gone for a preliminary injunction and we don't expect them to, because they haven't said anything. And the CMA lawyer said, well, they haven't gone for the preliminary injunction because this is still going on. So the judge was like, wait a minute. So you telling me that the U.S. is using you?
Yep.
Right? Think about that.
Yep.
So the whole thing was calling out. So then the CMA was like, all right, fine. You want to, because the judge was like, we're going to do this as fast as possible because I want to take away the doubt.
Yep.
Right? Let's not let us dragging our feet hold up the whole world.
Yep.
Okay.
If they okay with it. So the judge said, listen, unless you can prove to me, because he said, I'm writing this down And you are, I am strongly telling you that this is going to happen on July 24th. And if unless you can convince me otherwise, and I'm telling you now, what my position is, that you're gonna have to do some serious convincing.
Damn.
Because you need to get together and do your job. So the CMA says, wait a minute, if it's July if it's
24th.
July 24th, and then we gotta go through these 14 new items of evidence that Microsoft is introducing to prove our case wrong, that's only gonna give us 4 weeks to prepare. And the judge was like, you only gave Microsoft 4 weeks to respond to your block. Damn. Why should you get more time than them?
Damn, this sounds like an episode of Better Call Saul. What the hell? All this happened?
And then they was like, well, if Microsoft is bringing in new evidence, and Microsoft is gonna say that we made an error, can we bring in an expert? Judge was like, nope. Wow. Microsoft ain't the one on trial. So that's how today went. At every point, the CMA got shut down. Now, so the next date they're coming back is June 12th. That's the follow-up where they're gonna enter all the terms. And anytime between now and then, Sony could come in and try to intervene. That just means you're gonna add your 2 cents to this case.
Right.
And Activision think they slick. The CMA was like, okay, I want to. We see what Microsoft's complaint is, but let's see what Activision's is. Activision was like, we'll do it on June 9th. So basically giving them less time to deal with it. And then there was one more thing that happened. All right, go ahead. I'll come back as soon as I remember it.
Okay. Because I'm about to say, man, you in your bag right now.
Hold on, let me get this super chat. Raiden Blade with the $5. Clarify something. The license so far are free to every cloud provider. EC wanted remedies for EU and MS. Microsoft made it worldwide. Confirmed for me. I just need to be. So the licenses are automatic for any cloud provider, even ones that don't exist. Those licenses will be there for the next 10 years. And then what the European Commission did, which was a kind of, I would say a middle finger to the CMA, is they got an independent group to oversee that globally.
Wait, let me add this.
So the CMA doesn't even have to worry about using any resources to monitor it because the European Commission
already set its standard.
Let me add this though. That it's available to participating cloud streaming providers, as PlayStation has already said that they're not willing to provide Call of Duty as a streaming as an option to distribute Call of Duty. Now, if they backtrack on that, that's one thing. But
so let me add a little bit to that. So the way the license work is it is with you, the user, right? So you bought one or more Activision titles. Any cloud service that comes up that has those stores, these BYOG services, right? So if you bought it in the Microsoft store, you bought it in Steam, you'll be able to stream it there with no restrictions. So it doesn't matter if a new provider comes up because the license is with the user and not actually the provider. So they don't have to go and write these new things. So that's the first part of it. Now, what they said was it also applies to MGS, which is multi-game subscription services, right?
Okay.
Now, but the game has to already have been in that service. So which means if PlayStation wants to pay Microsoft $1 billion a year to make up for the loss of sales from COD, they can, and they can put it in there. But at that point, then if they have a cloud offering, but Sony doesn't have a cloud offering.
Nope.
And this does not cover native gaming, right? It doesn't cover console and PC.
It's cloud streaming,
right? So So theoretically, if Sony wanted to pay, if and by the way, nothing says Microsoft has to allow them to even put it in their multi-game subscription service.
Thank
There's
you.
nothing there. They said the game would already have to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if
so
it's
like
not there now,
So if they don't have it now, they probably chances are in the future is slim.
that's why I say
listen,
it has to be a participating streaming service, and as a consumer you still have to pay for that service.
Yeah,
Like with the license,
that
you don't
one
have to
time
buy that
purchase
game.
is the license.
Right.
Yeah,
That
but
one
you
time
still have
purchase
to.
is the license.
But
So
you
if
still
you
have to.
go,
Okay, go ahead.
so if you go
No,
to another cloud service, you don't have to pay for an additional license to access
right.
that game from that service. That one time you buy that game, that it covers that.
It moves with you.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
moves with you. Which is a part of what MS want to do in the grand scheme of things. Your content in your games move with you across all your devices. In this case, services. Go ahead, Evan.
let's really talk about what the sleight of hand is there that Microsoft literally
I
has
like
not
it.
given
I
up
like
Let's
it.
anything.
I
go.
like it.
Y'all hit
They
the
have
like
not
button, man.
given up a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
Because you still have to buy the game from where it was already going to be available anyway.
Yep.
Right? Every in-app purchase you make, if it's from the Microsoft store, you're getting 100%.
Yep.
If it's from Steam, because they're gonna
30.
keep it on Steam because it's PC, you got to keep it Steam. They're gonna get their 70%.
7%.
They're not
Steam get 30.
actually committed to doing anything. They have not been forced to put it on any other platforms. Now
Nope.
they are gonna put it on Nintendo somehow.
Yeah.
But I think that's because they know that the new joint is gonna come out.
Yep.
But again, that's between them and Nintendo, and I'm sure Nintendo is happy with whatever agreement that was because they signed it and they haven't come out and talked any of that. So that really might like this. Even this cloud remedy is not even really a remedy. Because what you're effectively saying is you can access a PC in the cloud running Windows. Who owns that?
Microsoft.
Right.
Microsoft.
And then you get to go to the Microsoft store
Mm-hmm.
and you get to go access the game you already paid us for.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
What exactly are they losing? What did they
Not
give
a
up?
goddamn
Really?
thing.
Nothing.
But hold on. But let me say this though, right?
Actually-
Microsoft wins in all scenarios. No matter where you buy it, Microsoft will see revenue from the purchase.
Yeah.
Where it helps other streaming providers is they gain a subscriber. So let's say you're in a country where for some reason you do subscribe to Blanco streamer service, right? $10 a month. You can play Call of Duty on their service. So it benefits the little guys. But in all scenarios, Microsoft wins.
Well, so here's another thing that's part of the whole CMA thing.
We got to get back to that.
Where you have to prove that COD is an essential input, right?
Yep.
And I know we don't have that evidence, but I think the nature of what COD is, where it's going to be all about latency, and that is not solved yet. And this is the reason Activision didn't want their stuff in the cloud.
I had a conversation about that with somebody. Go ahead.
So who is to say that of all the titles in the cloud, because you could argue cloud is going to be about turn-based joints, right? You could argue cloud is going to be about games that don't require high levels of low latency, right? And because the reason COD is so popular is because all of those people play it multiplayer. I know everybody buys it every year, but it makes all the money from the multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think any self-respecting COD player in multiplayer is
said
going to want
this.
to play on cloud with
I've
latency?
said this.
Man,
So-
the great transgression, nigga. Everybody migrating over to the goddamn Xbox. I said this countless times. Go ahead, man.
But this is the thing. They'll play it locally on the Xbox, absolutely. But are they gonna want to really play it in the cloud?
No.
And if they don't, how can we then guarantee that this will be an essential input? If COD players who are accustomed to low latency input may not even like this.
Yeah.
So this is, it's not guaranteed that this is gonna move the needle for cloud.
But that was my question, Evermore. I always ask, why is the CMA putting the cloud industry on the back of Call of Duty, or even Activision? Of that
we
matter.
know why, because they couldn't block it for Sony, and now Sony got what they want.
Yep.
But again, forget about the merits of what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying the CMA, because they made this assumption, they have to prove it. That the burden of proof, it was on Microsoft before. Now it's on the CMA. And what I love about this is a 1-week trial.
Yep.
So once it starts, we're gonna have an answer the following week.
Yep.
And the sticky thing here is, if they can't prove their core arguments, right? Which is, because remember, you have to prove motive and incentive, right? Now, we know, and Microsoft can show them, how many users actually access xCloud, right?
Yep.
Now, they say Microsoft would have a financial benefit for cloud by making COD exclusive to its cloud. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't at all.
But they're the ones who are going to have to prove that. The problem with that is, in order to make that legal argument, you have to prove the financial incentive. And remember, this is why they threw out the console SLC. They were comparing 1 year of losses
5
to 5 years of gains. And when you compared 5 years to 5 years, also, by the way, the CMA's purview is only 5 years. It is not 10.
10, exactly.
Their guidelines are 5 years out. So they would have to assume and prove that cloud gaming would overtake physical and digital games
in the next 5 years.
Not 10 years, the next 5 years. That's the first
thing. That's a big difference. That's a big difference right there.
It's crazy because the lawyer pointed that out in terms of, he told the judge, and he was like, and we'll get to this later, they still haven't submitted any of the evidence on how they came to their conclusion.
Because they didn't listen. They would have to send you pictures of their assholes. That's where it came from.
Facts.
Now, it's either that or Jim Ryan. But
either one, all ass.
Right. So the thing is, right? They would need to find a way to convince this already skeptical judge that one, COD players would like to play this, even though it has all that latency. I don't think you can prove that cloud pivots on this. Right? And so, and the reason I'm saying that is because no one else thought that. Forget about me. I'm a guy talking shit on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. Talk to Margaret Vestager.
Yep.
Right? Talk to the people in Japan. Talk to people
Brazil.
in South Korea.
Brazil called it first.
Ukraine, you name it. Right?
Yeah.
So don't listen to us. And by the way, I don't give a shit about this acquisition. I've been telling Microsoft to buy Sega from the rip. The first thing I said when I heard about this deal was, how many Segas did this cost?
Yeah.
But this is where we are. So for me, I'm just watching this play out, and I want it to be over so that Phil
can for Sega.
Now go after Sega.
Bro, it's a Sonic Sega.
Because we never forgot what Sony did to Sega.
Never.
And we need that revenge.
We need that.
So we need Sega back in the console business.
Yes, sir.
With Microsoft back.
You feel me? Talk that shit.
Right? And then we gonna see how you gonna handle Sega when they got money.
Oh my damn.
I need all the personas.
They should have never gave these ninjas money.
I ain't never thought about it that way.
Yeah,
I never thought about that with Sega.
We need all the personas.
So for me, I just want it. I don't care how this goes. I want it done. That being said, I think I think the CMA has an uphill battle, and even if they make it up that hill, I'm not 1,000% convinced that Microsoft doesn't close over them anyway.
Yeah.
After they deal with the U.S.
Yes.
Now, this is the last thing I want to say. Not the last thing, but
Go ahead, man.
I'll
Get
pass
your
the
shit
mic.
up. Go ahead.
The thing here is, if CMA cannot convince the judge that this is a market, and they cannot convince, they can't convince the judge that Microsoft has the ability to foreclose rivals, right? That COD is a thing you can foreclose. You can't do it in console or PC. That's already established by the CMA.
Yep.
So now they're going to have to say that Microsoft even has first of all, if you can prove that foreclosure is a thing, now you're going to have to prove that Microsoft has the incentive to do so. That means they can make more money by doing that. Here is the problem. The market is, I don't know, what, $3 billion a year? What do you think those EU fines are going to be if Microsoft breaks that, wait for it, globally enforced remedy?
I don't even think they can do it globally enforced remedy.
No. It is globally. That's what they said. That's what the EU said. That's what Brad Smith said, and they said it on purpose. It applies globally because now CMA, one, you don't have to regulate this because the EU's doing your job for you, like most other things.
Exactly.
And then, on top of you not having to regulate it, we don't have a financial incentive to foreclose other rivals because the EU will fine us. So any profit that we make on a 5-year horizon, that will immediately be erased by what? The EU fines.
Yep. And how we going to foreclose on services that agree with us?
Now, if you don't have the incentive, the SLC no longer exists. So there is a world, right? Where and again, the CMA has quashed entire SLCs before. When they've done it in the past, they've done so once and not even sent it back to the CMA for review because they said there's other SLCs here and you didn't prove them wrong on the other ones. The problem in this case is there's only one SLC.
Gotcha.
So if Microsoft can get this quashed, it doesn't even go back to the CMA. The deal could be done in July. July 1st, when the FTC case starts on August 2nd.
So let me ask y'all this: Do y'all think, or maybe a speculation, that they have something to pull from at this point? Or
what you mean?
Pull what?
Like, to defend this whole situation with cloud gaming, do you think they have anything that they can even remotely?
You talking about the CMA?
The CMA. So let me answer that real quick. I don't think the evidence is there, and so the thing is, there are going to be 3 people on that panel. So Justice Smith seems like a no nonsense guy. We don't know the rest of the people that's on there. It could be Sarah Cardell's cousin. Who knows? Right? So who knows how that's going to go? I don't want to speak for that, but what I will say is I do think they will be more organized when you get to that court date in July. They're not gonna, because
they fumbled the bag today.
Words. This was new. Microsoft got the 2 best lawyers in all of the UK, and he got this case. Now, the last thing that again, Tywin Lannister said when they was complaining about not only having 3 days to go over this, he said, when we filed the appeal, you sent us 500 pages of legal precedent
intentionally
that to show us that you had the power to do what you did. So you are more concerned with these legal precedents than the actual facts of this case. And he said, perhaps, I'm direct quote, perhaps instead of sending us those 500 pages, you should have focused on the 20-page appeal we sent you, and you would have been ready for this.
Damn. He was cooking.
Damn.
He was cooking.
Okay. So
He was
Damn, okay, he got in his bag.
bro. He was
Damn.
and they did that 500 page intentionally. They sent them all that paperwork intentionally.
And then cried about it. They've been learning from Jim.
Yeah, and that's why what's the name said. We did this appeal in 4 weeks.
Yeah, he did double and then it said that. He said y'all did it in 4 weeks and y'all talking about y'all want more time.
You're complaining about more time. We did this in 4 weeks. What are we? What's going? But yo, they thought that 500 page thing was going kind of put Microsoft in the spin or help either ask for extension on the appeal or whatever, but it did. And I remember that day when the decision came down, that tweet came out that Brad Smith was up working overnight on the appeal process. So I'm pretty sure they had lawyers going 24/7 all the way up into this hearing.
1,000%, and that's why they said they want the CMA to pay them back for these legal fees because they're wasting everybody's time. So, what now? There's this question of, okay, July 24th is 5 days after the current deadline. Now, the Activision lawyer, Tywin Lannister, said that can't speak to can't speak to any of that of extensions, but I can say the two parties are very motivated to get this done, and they're very reasonable. So they basically confirmed, because they were fighting for this date, that they will extend it at least to go through this.
Yes.
Now, and so the reason, right? You may wonder, well, if they're going to extend it, why not do that already? You know why? Because the fact that they didn't extend and there's a shot clock on the deal is what they are using to press Cat to do the expedited trial.
Yes, and Cat is going with it.
So if they already extended the deal, let's say till the end of the year, Cat is going to be like, all right,
we got time.
And that's going to give the CMA more time to put a case together. So they want to put the boot on the CMA, put them under pressure.
Because he spoke about that multiple times during the trial, the urgency of the trial and them trying to close, saying, "Look, this is messing with our closing date and it's coming up. We're trying to get this closed." And the judge, and it was crazy because the judge agreed with him and was moving with the same urgency as the Microsoft lawyer was trying to move with and trying to get this done. And I was surprised that the judge said, "Look, what do you say? We're trying to get this. Let me see here. I got it somewhere on my timeline. Let me go to my timeline." He said, what did he say here? Not that.
Make sure y'all hit the like button when you're looking for it also.
Let me see here. Where is it? That's not
interesting.
Yeah, buddy. I couldn't look. Shout out to my brother Ever.
I wish I could have watched this, man.
I couldn't have told it like that. I ain't gonna even lie.
It was an episode of Breaking Bad, man. God damn.
Oh yeah, he said this. He said this. The cat just said he stated that we're not trying to run the script of what we ordinarily would do, but want to get this done as fast as possible. We aren't here to do what has always been done, but we're here to make sure this is done right. You feel me?
Oh, but what happened to the CMA never does this, Post?
Hey,
they don't move like this.
We was talking. Look,
it's a done deal, and Cat sides with the CMA 9 times out of 8 times.
Boy, we was told last, brother.
11 times out of 10, Cat sides with the CMA. There's nothing Microsoft could do, and they got veto power over the US because the UK, who is literally on an island, is gonna overrule the US.
Tell them.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Tell them, because that's what they told us.
You a strong arm lawyer, Post. You don't know what you talking about. Yeah,
bro. That's what they.
Wait, hold on. I want to talk about that too, because this is a thing.
Come on, talk.
Get your shit out. Get your bars off, bro.
Only in the video game community will they try to shame you for reading.
Facts.
Now,
facts.
think about this. we're learning. We're all learning about this process together. We're learning about
it's
international mergers and acquisitions.
It's new
we
to
are paying
everybody.
attention to. We are reading court filings. We're all getting smarter from this.
Yes.
And they looking at you like, how dare you read?
Yeah.
Who taught you to read?
Who told you to read?
Octagon?
hey, Evermore,
you know shapes and color.
You know what's so crazy is those same people are now jumping in like they've been clowning us the whole time, but now want to jump in and play lawyer as well.
Oh, of course, because it's really coming from a place of emotion. They don't want to say that, right? They want to pretend that they are all above it, right? Yes. But you all above it. You don't care. Why am I still posting about this? Why is Post still posting about this? You in every comment. You in every thread.
Every one of them. Every one of them.
Reading them, commenting. You always add a comment when something ain't going in that way.
Exactly. When everything was going in negative
sharing
light,
all of the articles with the eyeball emojis. See, when you think the deal is dead.
See, this is why it's blocked. Because Lena Khan and the CMA could do this. They got this power. They can do this. Nigga, you just called me a lawyer. Now you telling me.
Now you the lawyer. Now you strong arm of the law.
How dare you learn things?
Yo.
You don't get your title reading ass out of here. You ain't wrote not a lick of a paragraph in that motherfucker, baby.
All they do is read headlines. CMA, it's over. It's
over.
Bro, that shit is wild, bro. It's wild. And I see that a lot on Twitter. Even now, even going through this appeal process, you have people that's been clowning us for wanting to learn this. And I say this all the time, Eva. This is new to the gaming community. This is new to the regulatory bodies, let alone us. This is a whole new process of us that we're going to be dealing with throughout this generation and the next. What's wrong with learning something that you was uneducated about?
No, stop it right there. What's wrong with learning?
Period.
Thank you.
Period.
You don't even got to go on to the rest of that.
Thank you.
Now, it's these can't form a sentence, can't rub two nickels together, right? Living in the basement, hoping Jim Ryan gives them another PlayStation exclusive, telling you why you so invested.
Yep.
Why you know I almost said something.
No, say that. No, we saying that. We kicking people in the back today. Say that shit.
So this is the thing. I'll never understand that. I actually thought like what I appreciate about this whole process as someone who is an Xbox fan but not invested in Activision, because again, they need to buy Sega and stop fucking around. What is so interesting about this deal, other than the fact it's the biggest purchase in the history of gaming, it is the biggest purchase in the history of Microsoft.
Yes.
Right? It is in the face of a new sentiment around the world as it relates to regulators. Actually, not really. It's just the US and the UK. Everybody else is standing on business. Mm-hmm. But all of this is fascinating, and reading these documents and actually doing that deep dive instead of having someone tell you secondhand, and reading these documents yourself. Because the next time there's an acquisition, you're going to know what step A, B, all the way to Z is.
Thank you.
And you're going to learn how to digest the information.
And know what to look for.
Because when I first started reading these documents, it was like a foreign language. First.
As it should be, but the more you get into learning it, the more you start to really point out key points like, oh, this is what this means. Yeah. That vertical splicing and X, Y, Z. Like,
right, you're gonna understand what SLCs is, what theory of harms is, what phase 2 investigations is, what RBCs are, all of these things. And that makes you smarter as a person. And you will just be at a bar one day just explaining something to people, right? Yep. So learn, read.
Yes. Read, nigga. Read. Read. Ain't nothing wrong with reading. Shit. Slow fuckers.
Hey, look, I would say this. I was always told, read something every day. I don't care what it is. It's news, an article, whatever. Read something
Some of
every
these people
day.
need to read the Bible.
they need the Lord work. But in this case,
Philistines.
we're reading on this, but we're learning. And as you dive into the complexities of these cases, it becomes fun. It becomes fun to talk about. It's fun when I talk to Evan and I give his perspective on something versus mine, and he helps me see things from a different angle that I wouldn't have thought of. That's what learning is about. That's what building is about. And it's been like that throughout this whole process. Because I would say something to Evan, he'd be like, "Well, hold on, look at this," and I'll be like, "Damn, you know what? I ain't even look at it like that."
Okay, I'm gonna give them an example of what you're talking about. Let me put you guys on game, right? A lot of people think this is only about video games. I would submit that Microsoft does not spend this much money. They do not fight this hard if it's only about video games.
Yep.
And nobody say AI right now. That's not what this is about. I mean, that will play into it.
Go ahead, break it down. If I think I know where you're going, because I think we had this conversation.
What you need to understand is that in 2022, Microsoft did another acquisition. They bought a company called Xandr.
Here we go.
From AT&T. They spent $1 billion for it, sailed through regulations, right? Xandr is a OTT ad platform, meaning when you go and you buy and you watching TV on your Apple TV or your Fire Stick or your PlayStation or your Xbox, and they show you an ad on Hulu, those get served to you through a company that does something like
Xandr,
right? So advertisers would go to Xandr, they'd go to the ad market, bid on ad space, buy it. They do it all through that platform, right? Now, if you notice, every website you go to right now, cookies are no longer on by default. That's a law, right? Now, cookies were the bread and butter of third-party ad platforms. Right. So now when the tyranny of the default is a term that says whatever is the default, most people are going to do. So now advertisers or third-party advertisers no longer have access to that data. So the gold standard now is first-party data, right?
So come on,
he cooking. Let him cook,
motherfucker.
What first-party data is, or who owns the most of it, is going to be your Googles, your Amazons, your Facebooks, because people are using those platforms every day. They have profiles on you. They know your spending habits. They know what you like. They know what you comment on. So now I can buy ads from Facebook. I can buy them from Google, right? But Microsoft, who, yes, they have LinkedIn, yes, they have Xbox, but they really don't have that first-party data to sell ads through their Xandr platform. And remember, they just did a deal with Netflix to provide their ads.
Yes.
Right?
Come on.
So
Oh my
Activision, a lot of people don't know this, Activision has a small ad business where they sell your data, right? By the way, none of this came up in any regulatory reviews.
None of it.
I should shut up.
Yeah.
But it's too late now. But they have 400 million monthly active users. I think it's like 380 now.
Yeah.
That is prime.
That's the bread and butter
data.
That's the bread and butter.
We know that Microsoft is now trying to take on Google in the ad space using ChatGPT. This is another piece of that puzzle. So they bought Xandr, the platform. Now they want the data to feed into it so they can sell ads based on that first party data that they have. And that will allow, remember, look, if you can look at Google's financials and how much actually comes from advertising.
It's in the billions.
No. It is in the tens of billions. And so
I'm just being nice.
So now you start to understand how valuable Activision is to Microsoft.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And remember, here's the key. Right.
And mobile does play in that. But go ahead.
Well, listen to this though. Google plays very heavily in web ads, right? Because you're going to Google, right?
Yeah.
And YouTube, right? And Facebook is in the social ads, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the things like that, right?
Apple's going
where they don't really play, not heavily, is that over the top, right? So as all TVs move to smart TVs, right? As people are moving away from cable and their ads are served to them digitally based on profiles, Microsoft is trying to position themselves to corner that piece of the ad space, over the top ads, and they're going to do it partly through Activision. And so now you understand that the upside is now hundreds of millions of dollars, and gaming is cute. Right?
It's cute.
So this is why they're gonna fight it tooth and
nail. And we welcome the fact this has been so focused on cloud gaming and Call of Duty because it smothers our real intention. And then on the back end of that, what Activision get is their access to AI and Microsoft resources in terms of Azure and things like that, so they can better compete even on the mobile platform in terms of competing with the Tencents and things like that.
They said I'm telling too much.
Yeah, you definitely told you told a lot. This touches the ad revenue that they bringing into the gaming. This touches the AI conversation as well.
They need this. But I thank Everborn for that, because when we say that this deal is bigger than gaming, this is what we're talking about. And a lot of times when you hear these conversations, you don't hear it from this angle or from this aspect, you know. And that's why he said, look, let's not talk about AI, because we hear that all the time. Let me give you a whole different angle and perspective to view this from. And data is king right now. Businesses are making billions off selling your data.
And this is why we able to give you Game Pass and give you all those AAA games in Game Pass, because the money we about to come in on the back end of that, it ain't even, come on, that $70 don't mean shit.
Well, now if we want to get even more into this, right? This is why
bro,
it's always very foolish
to
get into conversations about the viability and profitability of Xbox with people with the armchair financial analysts. We dealt with the lawyers. Let's talk about these financial analysts for just
hold on, before you start. Shout out to Jax82 with the $2. Microsoft make Everborn your first witness.
Hey, this man good. This is my first time being introduced to you. But you good, brother.
Shout out to Mac City Entertainment with the $5. Keep breaking down for us. Post up. I enjoy reading. Yes, sir. That's why when I make them tweets, I put readers only now. But go ahead, brother. Finish, Ever.
So this is the thing, right? That what the Twitter financial analysts fail to understand is that, because again, you're talking calculus with people who could barely do arithmetic.
Oh,
right?
shit.
So my damn.
So this is the problem. They keep looking at these things as basic dollars and cents and addition and subtraction, right? Yeah. But what you have to understand is a company like Microsoft. Remember, when you have Microsoft has a lot of different businesses, right? So if Xbox has to use Azure in the cloud, they actually have to pay the Azure division. That's part of their budget. They don't just say use it for free. Yes, it ultimately goes to the same place,
right?
But you still have to pay that division as a part of that's a part of your internal budget, and then you can see the revenue on the Azure side, because now Xbox is a customer of Azure, right? Just like LinkedIn is a customer of Azure.
You ain't GitHub and all that stuff.
So exactly. So now they report the Azure numbers because that's the end game of where it goes. So Xbox can make $16 billion a year, and we don't know the profit margin on that division because we don't need to. Microsoft is creating businesses to funnel as revenue drivers into Azure.
Azure. Yep.
So because
Yes.
LinkedIn and Xbox and Bing are paying the Azure division,
Yep.
they can operate on no margins for that division, but Microsoft is still making hand over fist. Are you looking at the growth at Azure? Do you understand that that's partly coming from Xbox?
Yeah.
Niggas told me I was buzzing when I said this shit, bro.
Hey,
man.
So again, it's hilarious that Christopher Hart says I'm defending a company selling your information. You came to YouTube and Google to write that, and you want to talk about me.
And talking about selling.
Talking about giving away
Talking
information.
about selling.
You smart. Now, so listen. The thing is this, right? With these big companies like a Microsoft that has such a diverse portfolio of different businesses that they play in, like you cannot apply the simple arithmetic to this because they're not on their own. And people say, oh, if they wasn't a part of Microsoft, they wouldn't. No, dummy, but they are a part of Microsoft.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
And this is the reason they keep them around. So again, I just say this to say, if you wanna save yourself some blood pressure, refrain from arguing calculus with people who can't do arithmetic.
Facts.
This is all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Facts.
That boy good.
That boy good. That boy
That
real
boy
good.
good.
I had to give him the stage, man, because I couldn't have explained it like that. I couldn't, and he did that in the most simplified and intelligent way, and made it easy for everybody that's watching to digest. And he did that off freestyle.
Yeah, he put this in crayon form. So if y'all motherfuckers can cap for this shit after that, y'all need help. I promise you need a prayer from Pastor, because that man just cleared. He killed that. He killed that. I'm sorry.
This is going to be a
well, my message is only for the people who can read.
Who can read.
Who can read.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
do more than arithmetic.
Yes, sir. Shout out to we got Vic the Click with the $2. Everborn just got back from vacation and cooking. And then we got Lord Maxie with the $3. People are the new currency. Yes.
People are the old currency. That's not new anymore.
Yeah. And Maxine Entertainment with the $2 5-year reading was my escape. Ponies, the uneducated. Yeah, data might be selling people data and stuff. That shit been going on for a while now. But man, look, man, this was an incredible show, man. And I want to thank my brother Everborn for coming on and dropping those jewels, man. Look, appreciate the information and how it was given to you, because it doesn't get any better than that. And the different angles and aspect that he broke down this deal, from intricately explaining how the court case went, because I missed the first half. I think the first half of the court, because I was asleep. I had just woke up.
Yeah, the key is don't close teams. If anybody that still has teams open, you can watch it as long as you want. But if you close teams, it won't let you back in. I learned that the hard way. But luckily I got to watch the whole thing. I just couldn't go back in because I wanted to go back and record some clips.
Okay. But yeah, man, thank you, brother. We really appreciate that, man. That was a feast. Y'all got a feast, man. Y'all plates should be real full right now. And you learned something today. That's what you take away from this show. You showed up and you consumed something. Now, how you process what you've just heard, that's up to you. We only here to give you the information. We can't process it for you. All right? Y'all want to talk? Y'all got anything else? Because we could close out after that.
Some people in the chat asked about Comcast potentially getting into business. Here's the thing that I say about that. There's a general rule when it comes to acquisition rumors. If you hear about it before the official announcement, it was either a bold-faced lie or the deal fell apart and one of the parties tried to leak it.
Yep. What's
9
happened
times
with
out of 10, it's
Comcast
not
and
happening.
EA? What's happened with Comcast and EA and the deal and how that deal fell apart? And I think that got leaked too. I think that got leaked
so
too.
I wouldn't a lot like these are we're talking about Comcast who has more debt, and this is not a joke. You can look this up. They have more debt than their market cap.
Oh.
Right? They will get some money from the Hulu sale because after they tried to cock block the Disney Fox deal and drove up the price by like $10 billion. And now they're giving Disney trouble for their portion of Hulu because at the end of like 5 years, automatically Disney has to buy it from them or sell it to them if Comcast wants. So they are about to get some money. I don't know that they're going to have the stomach because you have to, when you're buying a company, there has to be some synergies there, and they don't really have that.
Nope.
They might be, them getting into gaming more tells me they're ready to license some of their IP, right? But we'll see. I can't see them buying a big publisher because it's not their core competency.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. We'll see though, man. We do know that on the outskirts, there are a lot of in the tech world as a whole that's trying to get their hands on the this what soon to be $300-400 billion industry. So we'll have to see how all of this plays out.
It will definitely heat up if Microsoft can secure this deal. I'll definitely say that.
Yes, it will.
Which is part of the reason why I'm not entirely upset at Lena. Like, she's wrong. She made a wrong case. But I feel like it's one of those things where the heart is in the right place, but the head is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, this was not the deal to do that on.
Yeah.
Right.
We understand her intentions.
Right.
But
this is not of import. However, to say that you want a chilling effect, to say that it's the same reason the Fed keeps raising the interest rates, right? Because house prices keep going up and they can't go up forever. Stock prices keep going up. So they want to curb spending, right? People borrow money in order to spend. If you raise the interest rate, they're going to buy less houses. They're going to buy less cars. They're going to be more frugal with their money because they just won't be able to afford those high prices. And that will, in turn, supply and demand is accounting 101, people. It will bring home values down. It will bring down
Who's doing that now?
Car prices. And that is an indicator of inflation. So if you want to bring down inflation, you raise interest rates. That's just basically how it works. So the idea of we don't want these overvalued companies that are all there based on speculation from people buying other companies, right?
Yeah.
We want a chilling effect of these kinds of acquisitions because a lot of money is going to get thrown in.
Yeah.
The stock market is going to go up and up and up, and then you're going to have a boom, and then you're going to have a burst, and then we know how those things can spin out of control. I'm saying all that to say, Microsoft Activision wasn't the place to do that.
Yeah, I agree. And you could.
I do agree. There needs to be some sort of
regulation,
chilling, not regulation, but find a way to slow down all of that consolidation. It's just that here it don't really make sense.
But see, that correlates to what we was talking about earlier when you were saying that the core value of Comcast doesn't mix with the gaming side, and we was talking about that the reference to what Phil said when he was like, look, that Nintendo and Sony should band together against outside entities that want to come in and just grab a part of the industry and doesn't really appreciate the industry. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that was actually super smart for him to say. I'm surprised no regulators picked up on that. 'Cause that's
Why
like,
you say that?
that is textbook language for a cartel.
Oh,
Meaning
Oh
ooh.
shit.
Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. The different
three
angle.
major
Different
players
angles.
in the industry are trying to lock out new entrants.
Entries. Yeah.
You do not that's not what you should be saying in front of regulators.
Oh shit. Never
Well, ain't
mind.
nobody bring it up though. I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Right.
Right. I gotta shut you gotta cut my mic off. Man.
We've been talking a bit too
spilling
much.
all the
We
tea.
done
Yeah,
let
we've
the
been
cat
saying
out there.
that.
We've been
Right.
spilling all the tea today.
Spilling all the tea. Italian beef and Pepsi and everything. We snitching.
Oh man.
Shout out to them not saying nothing though.
Oh man.
They need to get this over with. Oh, I'm gonna water it. I'm over here eating this shit. My bad. But yeah, man, you did your thing, bro.
Thank you.
What's your name on Twitter again? Because I can definitely follow
Everborn
you.
Saga everywhere.
Man. I was
Hey,
like,
I want to say before I get out of here though, let me do my little plug. So, me and Kay Asante, we do a podcast every Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern. Gaming Circle podcast. Check it out. Just search for TK0 Asante or TKO Asante. You'll find us. Gaming Circle podcast. That's Saturdays at 10 o'clock. But when I say Everborn Saga, everywhere. I mean everywhere. That's Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. But also everbornsaga.com because I make comics. So and we have a series of comics we putting together. Like if you're into anime, but also into like a connected universe like the MCU, where you got different series and they all interact with each other. That's kind of what we got going on over there. We released 6 books already. We are getting release another one later this year, and then we got 2 games we're working on, which is a 2D beat 'em up and a 2D platformer based on the comics.
Wow.
We got merch and all that. Just go to everbornsaga.com. You'll see it. So everybody in the chat, if you want to support, check it out.
Definitely put that in the link. Put that in the link for us also if y'all can. The chat Sniper Game.
Talk about your podcast, your channel.
He just did.
Oh, he broke that down.
We did all that, but check it out.
Oh snap! So your Avatar pick. Okay. Yeah, I gotta come in here support.
That's one of the covers. So,
man, shout out.
And we got a sale going on where you could get. This is just so people could get caught up before the new book comes out. If you pick any book and then you scroll to the bottom, you'll see a bundle where it's $50 and you'll get all the books. So you get the hardcore that has chapter 1 and 2 for Prince of Arcadia, and then the paperback for 1 and 2 for chapters 3 or 4 Prince of Arcadia, and then you get Redlands chapter 1 and Ariel's Adventure chapter 1, and we got Ariel's Adventure chapter 2 coming real soon. And we just did that trailer at Wander and Dutch's indie game showcase.
Which was fire.
We showed off the Everborn, the Ariel's Adventure game trailer for what we're working on. So and you can see some of the game at the bottom if you scroll down. Yeah. We got to charge them more shirts, and we got the Everborn hats and things like that. So
the Allison Ravenwood cut tee. Okay. Yeah, I need the collection. Here, go 54. I'm finna get there now. So yeah, definitely finna make my purchase. Y'all definitely go out and do the same, man. Support. And
we ship everything the same day, and I can guarantee you that because I ship it myself.
Absolutely.
Hey, y'all go hit the website. Here go to feature collections. Yes, support the movement.
Oh, that poster go hard.
Oh no, it's wild. It's wild. I can't turn my camera on right now, but
I like that poster. Hold on, let me get that too.
And if you see the quality,
yeah, you got the 24x36. Okay. And
no, you can
that
press
book
play
too.
on that.
No, yeah, that's what I was doing. I was going. So this is the game that was shown at what's the name? Indie Showcase.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this is kind of
shit.
showing off some of the power ups and how they work.
Bro, working, man.
Man.
Bro, dude, it's
Oh,
different.
shit.
Look, bro, just don't talk about games. He make them too. It's a difference. You feel me? This is incredible, man. This is so inspiring. Yeah, this joint gonna be fire.
We trying to make something special, man.
Hold on. Man, he got all the payments too. You got Google Pay, PayPal, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay,
IOUs,
Meta Pay. Ain't no excuse, man. Y'all better go and support.
I'm trying to
Bro,
find a
say
way to
no
take-
excuse. Oh, I ain't
No
I'm
seen
trying
this
to find a
trailer.
way to get EBT.
Yo, bro, say no excuses.
No excuses. Oh, well, I'm making my purchase right now.
So when I'm not snitching on Microsoft's business plan, you know what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah, I ain't seen this
gotta
part.
pay it that way. Okay.
This new gameplay, ain't it? Yeah, this new gameplay.
Yeah,
From what was shown at the Indie Showcase, yeah.
Yeah, click on that one in the corner.
This right here?
Top left.
Oh, hold on. How would it go?
Maybe it might not work. Maybe it don't.
Hold on. Give me just a second. It's that art that ad is playing. It should do that. Oh, why is it going up? Let me see. Do this here. Oh, I didn't share this. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Give me just
Somebody
a second.
put it in the chat. Somebody.
Yeah, definitely put the
There
link
we
in the chat for us also.
go. Yeah. Far Q.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. Here we go.
All right, bet it up. We good to go. I just made my purchase. Make sure y'all do the same. For real.
Yeah, this is new gameplay.
The graphics are gonna look way better than this, by the way. These are all
The early stages.
It's prototype assets.
Okay. And do y'all use Unreal or Unity or
Unity?
Unity, okay. I can see the inspiration behind it. Man, come on, man. We out here doing big things, man. Swipe that EBT card, man. Stop playing.
You say I need everything.
Facts.
Yeah, man, that's it. It's more stuff, but that people get the picture
for the gist of it. Yeah, we get you.
Look, man, shout out to, we had damn near 300 people in here today. That is a first for our show. We really appreciate y'all for coming through. Like I said, I appreciate my brother Everborn Saga for coming in and just cooking up a meal for you. He cooked up a feast for y'all, man.
Clean.
So definitely make sure y'all like, subscribe, support the platform and the content.
We got to do this again on June 12th. That one's gonna be special.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be special.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna
hey, Everborn.
Me, you, we got to get K Asante. We're gonna have to get something that has it. PM. We're gonna have to have a panel.
We should, you know what we should do? We should
send me a link where I can get that game once you publish it, bro. Once you get it published.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna because it's gonna be everywhere. So it's gonna be mobile and Steam, and we trying to get it on Switch and Xbox and all of that.
Oh, that's
okay. And make that achievement list nice, brother.
Yeah, put it in Game Pass. Get that early bag.
Listen. I know people that just make these. Rand will tell you about these. You can make a lot of money if you just put like a BS game together that's a quick 1,000 achievement points, and then add another one. That's not what we doing.
Oh yeah, they ain't gotta be quick and easy, but.
So you saying
don't
developers
don't make it where I gotta play the game like 10,000 times to get achievement.
No. Ask Ask Rand about it. It's a whole achievement hunter community.
Those the Ratatouille games.
Yeah. These
Ratalaka or something like that.
Filler games and yeah.
What?
Little copy and paste joints.
Got them high scores.
Wow. So
Looking
they
kind
pad
of shaky, baby.
Oh, so they out here padding.
Listen,
They padding the stats, huh?
Check the receipts.
Hey, ain't no shame in my game. I be padding.
I be padding too. I ain't even gonna.
Oh, y'all out here exposing yourself now.
Hey, I gotta be honest with you.
I ain't no exposing. I be padding.
I play games.
I play the big games too, though.
I play games. What you talking about? We don't play opinions. I play games.
Well, you know what? I can't cap though. Noah plays everything, even the stuff he complained about.
Right.
He still go out and bat and play it. So I can't even say. I will see him talk. I don't like that game. I don't like this and that. Well, and then Noah, what you playing? I'm playing the same game that I was just complaining about. I said I didn't like. I'm finna 100.
I'm all right. I'm still trying to be Redfall, bro.
Man.
I can admit Redfall got his problems, but I want to beat it.
I'm waiting till that update.
Me too. That shit damn near made me throw up. I can't do that again. I'm gonna just wait till the update, and then I'll go back to it. But yeah, y'all, we're about to get up on out of here, man. Thank you all for man. This has been an incredible show, man. And
thank you for having me,
man. Thank you, brother. No, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm definitely have to reach out and get my classes. My last exam is I think the 5th. And so after that, I'm gonna start going really kind of tighten down on the shows and start getting guests on, man. Cause y'all brought me on y'all platform and I just want to, just start getting people on and sharing the love and helping, what we're trying to do in terms of building each other up and building a platform and growing and everything. So we definitely
why
have
do
to
that
get
when we can argue in spaces and curse each other out?
Nah, we're not.
Look like animals.
You feel me? That's why I don't even go in them spaces no more. They tried to coerce me to go in there with all that stuff but oh boy, man, I ain't know that, man. Y'all go in the spaces.
That's my man, though. So I'm in the middle of that. That's my guy.
That's your guy.
The guy. That's my guy. Everybody's my guy.
Well,
you my guy. That's my guy.
Well, I ain't got no problem. As long as we good, I'm good.
Pick a side, right? That's the only thing that matters.
That's the only thing that matters. As long as me and you good, then
that's it.
Then we good, man. But they tried to coerce me to go up in there. I'm like, I'm good. I ain't finna go in there and do all that yelling, arguing. It ain't no. The end results is
that, man. Ain't no growth from it.
You ain't getting nothing from it, but the expended energy that you just wasted. You know what I'm saying?
I like hearing other people complain, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
listen. When you between meetings or you bored, sometimes
right. Sometimes I'm yelling.
The key is. Do not hit the request to speak button.
I learned that the hard way. Yeah,
that is the difference between laughing at the dude who's leaning over but not falling versus taking the hit of the meth yourself. So all I'm saying is spaces should be a spectator sport.
Yeah.
Don't try to be an athlete.
Yeah.
Facts.
I learned the hard way. Well, all right, young guru. You got to keep dropping shit. All right, man.
All right, we up out of here. As you always know, we start a show with a banger and we gonna end with a banger. You already know this is my brother Brad Fax. His album is out right now. I dropped the link on Twitter. I'll drop a link in the comment section and support the movement. I got a new album on the way that I'm working on. And we up out of here. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round
I done walked in monster small, still tall against the giants. I ain't never been compliant, I promise I'm too defiant. I ain't never crossed my niggas, ain't never turned my back, but been unfaithful to my chick. Where's the integrity in that? My bank account been overdrafted. The struggles upon us. That's the type of shit that lead niggas right back to the corners. I'm like a walking contradiction. Said fam to the ops. And check the bag off the same thing that damaged my pops. I watched the churches spread lies and forcing blind allegiance. Been at peace since 2010 when I stopped worshiping Jesus. Still confined, left in the lurch, depression was lurking. My tactics changed. I swear that old one just wasn't working. Man, you fuck niggas be tweaking like they really be on it. Like I won't give you the whole stick and see my PO in the morning. I ain't monogamous with hoes, I keep a bed full. Flying off of 2 Zans and 2 cans of Red Bull.
It's a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking
I keep it on
off.
me at all times. Ain't afraid to burn them. Run up on him in traffic and put a couple in the sternum. Certified. You other niggas happy with fables.
Every time I come in the kitchen,
I'm in the kitchen bumping dope, man, with crack on the table. I can feel the vibes, only hating niggas and knock it. Hit the block with a snub stuff deep in my front pocket. Off of no goals, you could tell them lame niggas quit fronting. I've been up for 2 days, thinking I'ma miss something. My phone doing stupid numbers. I'm in the right venue, fucking hoes, counting cash, living off the dollar menu. My trip keep me live, the sauce keep me living, hustle keep me paid, allegations kept me in prison. I got it made, man, I've been in special ed. I want all my niggas home, from the state to the feds. I do it for the bottom, the morals and application. More than an adoration, it's all for the affirmation. What you thought,
It's
though?
a few people probably praying on my downfall. Good on my own, I don't wanna be around y'all. I'm impatiently waiting so I can sound off. Drawing from the hip so I can get this fucking round off.